Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the second annual Lowco and Friends Festivus Free-For-All. It's
I
all
got a
your
lot of
old
problems with you
friends.
local people, and now you're going to hear about it.
That's right. We got a lot of
Oh,
problems with a lot of people, and tonight you're going to hear about it.
you're
And
gonna hear
if
about
you got
it.
problems that you want to air, if you got grievances to air or feats
Come
of
on in.
strength to share, ask us for the link. Get in here. If we're friends, text us over. If we're not, maybe we
Now,
just
to be
throw the
honest,
link out.
these problems aren't entirely with. I kind of misspoke. They're not with the local people. We love our
Right.
people over
It's
here.
more like
Um,
problems with
yeah,
society.
No, we have a
Is
problem with
kind of
you.
where, yeah, we got a lot of problems with you people, and tonight you're gonna hear about it. We won't particularly be naming names. I don't think. I don't think anybody's in the
no.
business of that. We'll be talking more about societal ills and generalities of things that drive us all crazy, and just airing our grievances, but also sharing our feats of strength because the holiday can't end until the man of the household is the head of the household is penned. So we got to share our feats of strength as well, and maybe we'll hear from some
Hmm.
people who had great feats of strength in this year past, who will be joining us as well. We have many random invitations out to come, and my invitation is come for the airing of grievances, stay for the feats of strength. So
Yeah.
we'll see who joins us tonight, including some old friends that we haven't heard from in a while who stay in my text rotation, and some folks you don't even know that from lands afar. So we don't know who will pop by tonight, but you've got the usual cast here: Justin Jarrett, Marcus Walsh, Wes Kerr, and Max Araj. We're all kind of scrambled up at the moment in the order that we normally are in my head, but that's because we did our little impromptu intro where we found some knockoff Seinfeld music at the last second and had a little fun with it, which is in the true spirit of the Festivus Free for All. It's no holds barred. We talk about what we want to talk about, and it's going to go all over the place. But how are you guys doing on this fine? It was a beautiful day
Yeah.
today
Oh,
for
wasn't
the
it?
I was saying it's
Festivus in
going to
the Low
be
Country.
nothing to complain
Beautiful day.
about in terms of the weather because it is absolutely gorgeous all week. Unless you're one of those truthers who loves like a cold 30-degree Christmas,
Yeah,
you're not
I'm
going to get
over
that.
it. I'm
I'm
over it.
I'm
Hey,
so over that.
If
It
there's
was
not going to
great.
be like visible snow, then nah, I'm out on the cold.
No,
Just let it be
I'm
I
good.
warm. Let's go to the beach.
I'm
I
good.
saw it when I went to Ohio a couple of weeks ago. I was able to wear my Christmas sweater up there. I'm ready to put on the sport coat on Christmas Day and just hang out with Sam's family and whatnot. All the best to mine that are still braving the cold up in New Hampshire. But I'm definitely all good with
Hey,
60s or 70s, whatever we're gonna get.
yeah, you talk about a beautiful day today. I got the opportunity to go out onto a nature walk at the Port Royal
Hey,
Sound, go walking out on
Nice.
Nice.
yep,
the high
I was
marshes. It was a beautiful day for it too. Just
I,
hanging out with some of the kids from the winter camp. We went on a field trip with them over to the Maritime Center right off that bridge as you're heading out to Beaufort.
Yeah.
Really great institution. I encourage everybody to go
yep,
and check
I
that
was
place out. It's really cool.
still had
Uh,
one
Beautiful
more day
nature.
at work. I had to do this week, but got to spend some time outside afterwards, and man, yeah, it's really nice, and it's gonna be nice all week into the weekend. So we'll have to.
Yeah, man. What all did you all do over at the Maritime Center, Max? Because I was thinking about taking my some of my kids on a field trip over there next semester.
Yeah, so we went out on a nature walk. We walked through the trails. What you do is you go underneath that small bridge before you get to the
Yeah,
part
right
where
there
the
at Lemon
bridge
Island.
you walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on Lemon Island. And you go and walking through the trails, the forest trails, and then there's a forest trail, there's a marsh trail, so you get to walk through some of the high marshes, which aren't as muddy and stuff like that. So you're able to walk through it and just explore nature, which was a really cool experience. And then you get into the classroom that they have there, and these kids, obviously they're not high schoolers, most of them are just getting into middle school. So did a lot of arts and crafts activities with them and stuff like that. I'm sure it's a different story for the high schools. And then you go into the Maritime Center itself, and there's a lot to do in there, a lot to see. There's aquariums all over the place. You see some of the fish that we have in our area, including some red drum, some snappers, a lot of cool fishes from our area. I mean, that's what it's based off of what we see in our area, which, being that we are in the county with the largest amount of saltwater marshes in North America. There is no
Yeah.
in our area that has more saltwater marsh than we
Yeah.
do. So we get to experience a lot of things that many people don't get to experience. So and in that maritime center, you have some aquariums, you got some areas where you can get up close, see some puffer fish, see some
Nice.
gators, some turtles, see some reptiles, some snakes if anyone's into that. It really cool
Snakes.
place.
No, I got beef with snakes. Speaking of airing of grievances,
I got to hold a
but I
snake
do
today,
love.
so-
I love keep going because I love geeking out on low country ecology. I love it.
Yeah, it was just a really cool experience. We got to eat lunch there, which we just sat on the pavilion they have behind their maritime center, which is absolutely beautiful of
Yeah.
space. I wonder if they hold events and stuff like that there. I wish I had asked while I was there. But
I'm
it
sure they
sits
do.
right next to the water, to that little creek that goes by on that right underneath that bridge that sits right next to the maritime center. So it's just a really cool
Chichessie River,
place.
right? Is that the Chichessie River that goes
I
through
think
there?
that's
Yeah.
the river that goes in between the mainland and Lemon Island.
Yeah,
Um,
Chichessie River
yeah,
goes through
no,
there, and then you go on over the
it's
Brock.
it's a really cool experience.
I mean, it's one of the prettiest spots in the world, right there. Driving
Oh
across
god,
there at
it's beautiful.
sunset's just
And
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
even
man.
like it wasn't even just the marshes, the forests, the forest trail
yeah.
was absolutely amazing, and I
Speaking of
enjoyed that.
forests, you know what I did yesterday? We had some a company we've used for years over to clean the house. We splurge every once in a while around the holidays when we have family coming in and just let the pros come in and clean the
Oh,
house. We had,
nothing
yeah,
better.
there's nothing better. You know
I've
Carla, right?
I've got our
Star Home Cleaning, Carla Macy's.
Yeah.
They're terrific. But yeah, she was Truman's first daycare teacher back in when he
Hmm.
was 14 weeks old, and now
Wow.
she runs the company that cleans our house, and they do a terrific job if you're looking for one. But anyway, we had to clear out for a couple hours, to let them do their thing, and Megan took the kids and was going to let Truman practice driving because we have the driving permit. So
Oh, that's
we're
Wow.
working our way up.
very
Yeah.
thought there.
Trying to, we're not up to 278 or traffic circles yet, but like we
Getting there.
went to Sam's
Getting there.
and we went
Very
to
nice.
yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah,
Publix.
I'll
Like
tell you
we
though, it
turned
was a
left onto
while.
170. But
You know,
while
Can you
she did
believe it? I
that,
mean, can you believe it's that time? I mean, it's
it blows my mind. It's crazy.
I'll
All
tell
I've
you
seen them
this
do really is back out
from
and drive
from my
away, but it blows my
experience.
mind.
Yeah, from my experience, the first time I ever drove on 278 was when everybody had already evacuated for Hurricane Matthew and there was
Oh
nobody on the
Lord.
road.
oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's
So
good
like that
breaking
was the
point.
first time I had drove on 278, and then the first time I drove on 95 and I-16 as I was heading out to Atlanta, my parents allowed me to drive because there was nobody on the road, so it wasn't a real issue. So it takes time for me to get used to it. And then of course I took the 123 driving
Yeah,
class
well,
that they
that's
have
the
here in
next
the
step
area.
for him,
Yep.
but he's got to get a certain number of hours in the car before they accept him into
My
that. So
Right.
he's
my
working on that.
neighbors,
But
my neighbors are have been running that 123 driving school for a number of
oh
years.
yeah,
Yeah, good people.
awesome.
Good people.
Let me get back to the woods before I lose my train of thought. While they went driving, I went out to. I was like, you know what? I had just been in Play It Again Sports the other day, where I bought a whistle because I've been needing a whistle, not a used whistle, by the way. Most of the stuff in there's used, but the whistles are
Ooh.
used. Thank goodness.
Can't think of a
Yeah,
used whistle,
pre-owned
man.
whistles.
Ugh.
Not the time of year for that. Everybody's sick.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But I saw that.
Someone presents a whistle to you. Yeah, this has been a two-owner used whistle. It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
ugh.
Only one owner, guaranteed. But I saw the golf discs in there,
Oh yeah.
and it got me thinking, man, I haven't played disc golf in a long time, and I work right next door to Sergeant Jasper,
Right.
which is like a
Yeah.
really cool course, and I've never even played it. And I've been driving around for months with all the golf discs I have, which is not many and an unimpressive collection, but right there in the back pocket of my back seat. And I'm like, man, that's what I'm going to do with this next hour and a half. I'm going to go play disc golf. And you want to talk about a satisfying walk in the woods.
Yeah, man.
Frustrating walk
Yeah.
in the woods to some degree because every good shot you throw hits a damn tree. But no, it was a good time. It scratched an old itch, and now I'm going to go back to play it again sports and get some legit discs
Yeah,
and
man.
go back out and play it again.
I
I
mean-
got 12 holes in before it started getting a little dark and spooky back in the woods.
Yeah. I mean, I
Great
don't know.
course though. It's really
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know if Wes did this during his cross country days, but when I was running cross country,
Yeah.
we would run in Pinckney Island every Saturday morning.
Oh,
That's
I used to
cool.
run
What
in
we
Pinckney
did
Island.
was we retrained in Hilldead Plantation.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah,
sea
just
pine.
as good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now
And
the
then the
problem
sea
with that is
pines
that there are
preserve.
virtually no hills at all.
But yeah,
Right.
Honestly. So the only hill runs we do are over the Cross Island Bridge.
no, Cross Island
Right,
Bridge.
which is
That's right.
brutal. Brutal.
Yeah, it is brutal. And we stopped doing it at Hillman Christian. We just decided to use they have like a dirt bike park at I'm trying to think, Crossings Park. So
Oh,
we use
yeah.
those little hills and valleys there for our training,
Yeah,
but we
but those
stopped
are-
using
those
the
are,
we stopped using the Cross
Yeah,
Island Bridge
I mean,
because someone
I
got
think
hit
it's
by
better than nothing, but
hit by a car.
it's like
oh, really?
yeah, it's a very short.
Yeah, they were
oh,
driving
very
their
short
bike
trail.
over
I
the
know where it is
bridge.
because I still bike down there.
Did you
Yeah.
hear that, Wes? Max said they
Like,
used to train on the bridge, but somebody got hit by a car.
Yeah,
Oh
someone
my.
actually got
Oh
hit by a
no.
car. It wasn't one of our players, but someone had gotten
That
hit
is-
by a
that
car, and
is-
our school
that
was
is
just like,
scary.
all right, no, you're not doing this anymore.
No.
You know, it's just too dangerous.
Yeah, I
you know,
mean, it
and I
just
was like,
takes
yeah,
one
that's
down
fair.
to take their eyes off the road, and all of a sudden, I mean, it's
Well, we know people come over that road too fast anyway, especially now that the toll booths are gone.
yeah. The
But
pool's
hey, we
going,
have
so
our
you can go
first
55,
we
yeah.
have our first taker in the green room who
Yes,
has
I
some
saw that.
grievances to share and certainly is capable
Big
of some
time.
phenomenal feats of strength. BJ Payne joins us on the
Hey.
Festivus Free-For-All. What's up, Coach?
Yeah,
The pool was cold.
the pool
The
was
pool
cold.
was cold.
Shrinkage. It was shrinkage.
If we're going full blown Seinfeld, got to start with that. I'm just very proud to be a part of Vandelay podcast tonight.
Yes. Love it.
There you go.
This is the second annual. Last year was very impromptu. It came to me like on the day of Festivus, like, you know what we should do? A Festivus show. I was really just missing my friends, I think, during the holidays and wanted to talk to them. But it was great fun. And so, I mean, I think we're all sitting around right now going, am I really going to watch UNLV Ohio right now? Like, this is
Hey,
terrible.
great game though
Just a-
between Louisville and Toledo. I'll tell
Yeah,
you
and then
right
a
now, that was
brawl.
a great game.
A
former
brawl.
school
But,
of the Seahawk great Michael Julian with BJ Payne on the.
Yeah, with Toledo.
Go Rockets, baby.
But no, it's like it's kind of a boring night, and
Yeah.
so to honor Festivus, I think is a good time. And we all need the therapy, right? We need to get some stuff off our chests. We need to bitch and moan a little bit, and maybe some people who need to hear it will hear it. But I know you got some beef. We try to stay mostly away from the talking shop during the Festivus show, but we did bring you here specifically because I think you
There
got
is.
some different beefs to share.
Yeah.
So we'll give you the platform for a little bit here, Coach, and let you air your grievances on this Festivus Free-For-All.
I'm assuming we're talking the newest reclassification.
Well, I was under the impression that was what you were hot under the collar about. So but if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. You take it where you want to go.
No, you're right, and I think everybody here knows me by now. I kind of, I put it out there. I don't hold back on it, and I give my opinions on it. Right, wrong, indifferent. But I've been a firm believer, and I've been a firm believer in this. My entire time in South Carolina, which is 14 years now. That and all of my years of coaching and players is that you play where your numbers are at. And, if that means you're a 5A team, then you play a 5A competition. If you're a 4A team, you play 4A competition. But you play where your numbers are at. And, when the reclassification came out and, we were slotted into 4A again, and then you see 5 or 6 teams in 3A with higher enrollments than you and higher enrollment's pretty significant, then it becomes a question of, kind of like a, what are we doing here type thing. And, I understand, I actually had a very great conversation. You guys are all going to be surprised by this, but I had a great
I
conversation
happen to know this.
with Hayden Gregory the other day. And, but we talked about, I said, and I've talked to some of the other coaches around here that, this is the only state I know that kind of does it this way, and I, for one, and, talking to Marcus the other day about, you guys are the only, real media that puts it out down here. I'm just tired of us as a whole down here, specifically Beaufort County, not just Hilton Head, but, take, the other schools in Beaufort County and stuff. It's like we're the little brother. It's kind of like we get pushed around and nobody's ever supposed to say anything back. And
Hey, throw Jasper in that mix too, brother.
Yeah, you could throw Jasper in there. You could throw Colleton in there.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hampton.
it's kind of like this is what you're doing and deal with it type thing. And it's just not right, to the point to where it comes to a point to where, you have to, like anything else, you got to push back and you have to stand up for what's right. And, and it's not just me saying this because I think it'll benefit us, because no matter where you go, you get in the playoffs, you're going to find tough competition. But it's just about, like for us specifically, it puts us into a classification where we could be, going against schools with 600 more kids than us, and it's just, where do the numbers lie? And that's the biggest thing. And, I just don't think that this area gets thought about. I think we're an afterthought, by many, and that's something that's got to change across the entire state.
Well, I think the issue for me is that we're so caught up in geography because we're so tied to or married to the idea of this region classification to region format, right? And in other places, it doesn't necessarily operate like that. In Kansas, we had our leagues, and there were basically two leagues in our area, and you were in one or the other. But they went across all classifications, and then when you went into your playoffs, for football, it was the last 3 games of the season where your district playoffs, basically your league, and that determined who went to the playoffs and who didn't. Now, was that a better system? I don't know, but it's a different system, and it alleviates the need to make sure you have at least 5 teams that make sense geographically in every region, in every classification, which is what really hems us into having to gerrymander at the margins. Because if you're, it's you look at 4A, and May River could maybe get bumped to 5A, but that creates a whole beast unto itself. But Bluffton is firmly in 4A, so if without May River, what the hell do you do with Bluffton? And even with May River, then what do you do with them? Send them to Aiken? So I think the crux of it is that we're so married to this idea that you have to have X number of regions in X classifications, and that's how we determine the playoffs. I think we need to blow up the whole thing and reimagine it, where we have a low country league where everybody plays together in their league, and then they go into playoff qualification and playoffs. Because then, what is it to have to travel? You use your RPI to seed the 4 team pods or 8 team pods or whatever that are going to determine who goes on to the playoffs. There's got to be a better way, right?
Well, and somebody said the other day, they kind of brought a couple things were brought up. Number one, if you keep the region as it is right now, and Bishop England's gone, right? They're going to 3A.
Yep.
You now have a 5-team region, and my understanding is they would not put anybody else in there.
I mean, I scanned
know
over
who
the
else
rest
you
of
would put in
the 4A classification. I don't think you should really see anyone that would be that 6th team.
Yeah. Speaking from just the football side, and I know this counts for all sports, but just speaking from the football side, you then have 4 region games, where most other teams in the state and in Georgia, are playing 6.
So then you
7.
have to find an extra game.
You got to find that one extra game to offset, and that's a nightmare. And the other thing is, and I will battle for Beaufort County. I will battle for Low Country, because I do feel that, we are the afterthought. Nobody cares about it. They don't care about putting us on a
Uh-oh.
Oh,
So
we lost you for a sec there, Coach.
I think he's cutting in and out.
Yeah. Man, he was on a heater too.
He was.
And
And
are you there?
I think
Can you hear me?
hold on. Yeah, we got
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We hear
Oh,
you.
I was just gonna
We don't
say,
see you.
Max, not to interrupt you, but they don't mind putting they don't mind, about a 2-hour region matchup. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I understand that, and I completely agree. My thing with the reclassification, I know they base it mainly off of geographical and geographical.
DJ got loud. DJ got loud.
Really loud.
Trying to mute him.
I was gonna say, geographical and enrollment obviously is the two things they solely
Right.
focus this reclassification on. Well, why is it just that? Why can't it be more based off of how competitively you are playing in your division? If you are
Because that gets
dominating,
to be-
if you are dominating your region and your division in most sports, should it not be put into consideration? Or if you're not able to compete,
I don't know that.
be competitive enough? I feel as if that should be a factor in this conversation.
That's a very subjective thing, though. I mean, you're talking about basically relegation
But
and promotion.
I don't think it should.
Which
Well,
would
I'm
be great.
saying
Yeah.
I'm saying it not solely
if,
based off
would
of
be
that. I
addressed,
think
yeah.
enrollment and obviously geographical is obviously two factors into this, but I think it's also you should add in the fact that there are some teams, despite the amount of kids that they have, there are some teams who just dominate
No,
their
you're right.
division, and I find it ridiculous that it's not taken into consideration
Yeah, you're
when it
right.
comes to reclassifying.
That's a good question for Coach, because Coach, you have your feet on the ground a little bit more as far as this goes. But massive, what's going on with Coach?
Gremlins are out. Gremlins are out.
Man, Coach is getting a gremlin.
They're
Yeah,
feeding.
Coach.
They're feasting. Them gremlins feasting.
What in the world?
I'm not sure what's going on with Coach.
I think Coach got in
Hey,
a
look,
wrestling match. I think Coach is in a wrestling match.
This volume makes it sound like he's on the side of a highway. Wow.
Oh wait, Coach, what's going on over there, man? It's so loud.
Can you hear us, Coach? I'm gonna take that as a no.
I'm doing so loud.
He is really loud.
Sounds like he's doing laundry.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know what's going on with Coach
Unfortunate.
Payne. We're gonna try to get him back in here. But we have someone else who can add more insight to the mix. He must have heard us talking and wanted to get in on this. The one and only. He has not given himself a crazy name today, as far as I can tell. Misael Garzon. He's just Misael Garzon. What's up,
Yeah,
buddy?
I'm me today for now. Just for
Well,
now.
we were talking with Coach Payne, as you may have been hearing, and then it got real loud on his end. We're gonna check in on him here. Yeah, it's still real loud.
He was on a roll, and it got so heated that his whole house behind him caught on fire from just what he was saying, and
he melted the
That's
whole
it.
system
that's
down.
what it is. That's the sound.
He was cooking though.
He was
But maybe
cooking.
you can pick up where he left off.
Yeah, I mean, reclassification is always a crazy subject. So this year it's interesting for me because now I'm on the 1A side.
Right.
Usually I'm on the 4A with May River, and for the longest it's always been May River is going to be 5A, and we got the numbers and we're so big, and this is going to be the year. Last reclassification, we stayed in 4A because of the geographic location, and some folks weren't happy about that. This year looks like the numbers have kind of with 5A becoming smaller, they're staying put. But it's not a perfect system at all. So now looking at it from the 1A side, where we have 66 schools, and we're trying to figure out regions, and we're trying to figure out how this is going to go. And, does the multiplier work? Does it not? With the increase of expenses and more schools being built, every other block, I don't know what we have more of in South Carolina, churches or schools. I think they're 1A and 1B, but it's trying to find what's fair. And with this current reclassification model, it's interesting because the three smaller schools are Beaufort County schools. But if they go to 3A, their travel schedule is going to be insane. But they have the numbers for 3A because there's 6 3A schools that are bigger than them, numerically. But if they stay 4A, then they got to compete with the bigger schools. So it's a bleep if you do, bleep if you don't situation. And that's where, it gets kind of dicey for me. As a former Shark, I'm surprised they stayed in 4A. I like the local region with the 5 schools there. With a Beaufort County plus Carlton region. But for me now being in 1A, I'm looking at 3 scenarios where we're either in a local region, we're in a central rural South Carolina region, or we might get stuck with Charleston schools because there's about 20 PD schools in 1A now that we have to figure out. So it's but Coach BJ is back. So I'm gonna let him continue because he was on a roll and he had some great points.
He was on the heater, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that was me or you guys, but
No.
Every time he starts talking, he goes out.
Every time.
It's definitely something
he
with
was
him.
gutting.
Can you hear me?
It was looking good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can't see you right now.
Wi-Fi must be killing, man.
It's got to be a connection
man.
issue for him. He's
Gotta
lagging.
be.
There you go.
Nice.
He sounds like he's on the side. It sounds like he's on the side of a highway. I feel so
There's the
bad because
washing machine again.
He was going on such a heater. Maybe
He
Misa
was.
may be able to punch in on this because I had mentioned as BJ was starting to struggle with his connection. I had mentioned like I get that the whole reclassifications is based solely off of geographical location and of course enrollment and how many students are at the schools. But why can't it be more than just that? Why isn't there more factors into that, such as how competitive are you in your region, in your division that you're currently playing in? Because I think there are multiple schools we could talk about, and I'm not going to say any of them, but there are some schools I think we all have in mind that are currently dominating the divisions that they are currently in, and not just in football, but sports across the board, who should be playing up in a higher division. But with this new reclassification, they're either still in the same division or they have moved down the division.
I think there needs to be
understand that.
In the spirit of promotion relegation. I think that it's hard to really completely implement something like that, but there should be like I think football has to be treated differently from other sports. I think it should be.
I agree.
Because
I agree with that.
I think that the balance of power in other sports is it's different compared to different activities.
That is a thought. Football having different classifications for football.
I think it's a good
consideration. Let's see if Coach can talk without going to black.
All right, hopefully this works. You got me now? I turned off my Wi-Fi on my phone.
We got you.
No, I was just saying that, the big thing is everybody says, you have to travel now, but, they don't mind putting you on a bus for 4 hours for a first-round playoff game. Every school around here has experienced that.
Yep.
And I heard somebody talk about, the travel, but, essentially your non-region games now become the local games.
Right.
And your region games are the travel games instead of vice versa. It washes itself out. But like I said, I will fight for Beaufort County. I'll fight for Lowco and this entire area. But somebody said the other day, well, if you guys leave, what does that do for everybody else around here? But at the end of the day, as much as I'll fight for everybody, that's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to worry about the sports at Hilton Head, the football program at Hilton Head Island High School, and that's it. It's not like, oh, let's just take one for the Gipper and let's stay in this region just because it's easier for everybody else. Like I said, I just think you play where your numbers are. That's my personal opinion. And if our numbers signified that we were a 4A school, and if we stay in 4A, then we're still going to show up on Friday nights and we're going to play football, and we're going to play baseball. We're going to play basketball. But I just think that your numbers are your numbers. And, I get, it's one of those things where you hear so much about, you can only dress for one game or the other, JV or varsity in football, because it's contact sport. Those kids can't playing a Thursday night game and dress for Friday because of safety concerns. But we're not worried about safety concerns when you're playing schools with 600 more kids than you.
Yeah.
And
you
look at the depth and you look at the numbers. And I mean, it's just, like I said, I'm just a firm believer that you play where you play. Your numbers dictate it. If you're 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, wherever your numbers fall, that's what you should be playing.
Yeah, I agree. And I think
Fair.
I kind of like that idea of bringing up separate reclassifications for football, like having football, determined solely based off of how football teams are in terms of numbers and in terms of, I feel more so competitiveness and geographical locations. I feel like football should be separate from everything else when it comes to reclassifications because it's just a whole nother animal when it comes to football here in South Carolina. And that's for most states in this country, regardless. I think it's something I feel as if it's a flawed system that I feel like could and probably should change, in my opinion.
Well, it's just like the idea of promotion relegation or something like that, like what you're suggesting, like Oceanside, you're too good, you're going up one. Colleton, you've had a rough go, you're going down one. That kind of thing. Like that's a lot easier to do for just football than it is to do across the board
For everything,
because
yeah.
because the reality is every school has something they're good at, so it just doesn't work across the board. But when you talk about just football, you definitely could do that. And Mark Renix points out Skiza does have that concept where football and boys soccer are classified differently than the other sports. And I think you could probably pull off something like that.
There was
make it make sense, but you would have to have some sort of committee that determined who was getting promoted, whether they wanted to or not. I've also said I think it would be cool to throw all the charters and privates that play in the high school league in one league, and then go court the big bad Skizas. Go get the Porter Gowns, the Pinewoods, the Cardinal Newmans, the Heathwoods, the Hammonds, and make a true super league. Do that.
Well, and let me just add one thing: is that Oceanside's still 3A, right?
Yeah,
they're still 3A. So, it's not it's a truly play where your numbers are type deal. Hartsville's now 3A. But don't forget in 4A.
Irmo's 4A.
Don't forget
and Gaffney.
Not only is Irmo 4A, but they're going to be lower state. And I got a feeling AC Florida is going to be lower state. And then Myrtle Beach came back down to 4A. They're going to be lower state. And North Myrtle. So, again, I'm just a play where your numbers dictate, guy. And if your numbers say, like the 1 year, when there used to be 4 classifications, Bluffton had to go up to 4A. They had to do it. And, it's just one of those things where, they had to play where their numbers were at. So that's my grievance and everything else. And, I need to get fried by a Kenny Rogers chicken near me. And I'll be good.
Fall asleep in the hot tub. But how about you want to grieve on behalf of your or be aggrieved on behalf of your Notre Dame Fighting Irish? What's going on with your boy Freeman flirting with the G-men?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a reality. But it's one of those things where it's like anything else. When you're good at what you do, people are going to assume you're going to move elsewhere. And I'm sure at the end of the day, and listening to their AD speak, that they're always going to be willing to match offers for him, and they want to keep him there. And I truly, I don't know. Obviously, I'm really close to the situation, but I don't know of a head football coach who embodies the university the way he does. Yeah. I truly feel like he is an absolute perfect fit for that university, and that university is a perfect fit for him. So, I mean, time will tell. We'll see. I do know that his dream has always been, to one day be in the NFL. I don't know if now is the time. And people don't realize, when people are like, why would you go there? There are so many caveats to that. You coach football. That's all you do. You have a family
Yeah.
life. You know, you don't have to deal with NIL. You don't have to deal with recruiting, and you don't have to answer every phone call. It's a total different.
Yeah, you don't have
That's
to
why-
raise all the children.
that's what people don't realize. Over the last 5 years, there have been so many college coaches who have jumped to the NFL. It's because their quality of life is better at that level. They can actually see their kids. They can spend time with their spouses. It's a major difference.
Yeah.
But I won't go off on my grievance about them not making the playoff. But that's a separate thing. But
What do you think about the playoff in general? I mean, this first round was kind of meh.
Yeah.
I kind of, I put some things out on X and Twitter, whatever it is now. But
Twixter.
I think they did what the committee did, what they did, and they did it very specifically. I think they kept Alabama at 9 to give them a very winnable game because I think everybody knew that by far Oklahoma was the worst of the top 8 teams. They had no offense. And Bama went and did that. Then I think that they specifically placed Miami at 10 and said, if you want to complain, Miami, all right, you're going to get the toughest matchup. And they were able to go in there and get that win. And then I think that they sent a subtle hint to Texas Tech, who had the #1 class in the transfer portal and had unlimited funds of congratulations, but we're still going to put you as the 4 seed. Now you're going to get Oregon, then you're going to get Indiana, and then you're going to get somebody in the national championship game. I think that they gave them, who is arguably the most talented team in college football this year, the toughest road.
Interesting.
If you've watched Texas Tech, a lot of people haven't watched.
Yeah, they're really
Texas
good.
Tech is a doggone good football team.
Yeah, they have one of the most.
Their
They have-
defensive front 7 is
Yeah.
better than Miami's. And
I
I'm
was gonna
saying a lot.
say they, in my opinion, they have one of the best defenses in college football this entire season, and I think they are the best defense in the college football playoffs right now, 100%.
They're
I don't
really
think they
good.
did Indiana any favors with the path.
No,
they
they didn't. I think they're trying. I think for Indiana, it's more of like I feel like it's that
They gave them a prove it.
Yeah,
they
you beat
gave them a
Ohio
prove
State.
it type of path.
Well, yeah, it was like you beat Ohio State, but we still want you to prove that you belong in that position.
Well,
so
they'll have
we're going to
to.
give you a road, and it's not going to be
It'll get a lot better starting this weekend, but that first weekend was meh, and we got to figure something out there.
Best game on Saturday was the Packers and Bears. That was the best game on Saturday.
Amazing.
The Packers gagged that one away. That was crazy.
Yeah.
The more teams they add to the college football playoffs, the more watered down it's going to get, the worse the competition is going to get. And you saw that in the first round. So
I still think it should be 16 teams in the college football playoffs. I still think that.
The more the worse. The more the worse. The more the worse. And we saw it this weekend. All those games sucked. Those games were trash.
They were trash. I think no matter what level, like no matter how many teams, well, I guess 4 was better than what we currently have, is because you had 2 rounds in both games. Well, depending on who was playing each other, usually turned out to be somewhat decent games, and then obviously you would get a really good national championship game. But I think even if, like, no matter how many, like if you keep it at 12 or you expand it to 16, it's always going to be a really crappy first round, and then some really good football games to follow. I think that's just what it is, no matter what you do. Yeah, that's just how it's going to be.
Well, because the more teams you add, the wider the disparity.
The gap, bigger the gap.
But it's
not
also
like basketball. It's not like basketball.
It's also more money. Don't forget that.
More money, more problems.
That's the most important thing. That's all they care about.
It's why I think eventually they are going to go to 16 teams, and it's because of the money that it would
go
bring
to
in.
24.
Well, you're they're going to go to.
But we got to do something with these bowl games. These bowl games are butt.
Yeah, they're
just so
bad,
bad,
man.
They're going to go to 16 for the money, and then the problem is going to be 17, 18, 19, and 20 are going to be complaining that they're not 15 and 16.
Of
You're
course,
going to have the same issue.
There's never. I mean, it was like that with 4 teams. When there was 4 teams that fit
5, 6, and 7.
spots, we're always talking about talking.
It's always
shit
going to be
about,
the case.
Look, in 4 years, we'll all be back here complaining about the second round game at the Baked Beans Bowl between
That was where the
Cleveland
fight
and
happened. It
West
was the
Virginia
Bushes
State.
back Boca Raton Bowl where they
Yeah, I
brawled.
saw that.
The second round playoff matchup at Boca Raton Bowl. You know, that's what we're gonna be doing in 3 years for the money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, BJ, what do you got going over the holidays, buddy?
Just just Christmas. Oh well, so obviously, we open up the weight room so the kids can come in and work out if they want to. It's optional. Working on, this is a shocker, highlight tapes for our kids. Got most of them done, knocking out our linemen this week. And then actually, day after Christmas, leaving to go over to Atlanta for the weekend, and then Puna plays there Monday night.
Oh, that's
Right.
right. That's right.
That's
Rams and
nice.
Falcons.
the Rams
Yeah.
come to the Falcons.
Yeah,
That's what I wondered if you were going to watch anybody play soon.
yeah. So it was
Yeah,
actually
good bit.
kind of a busy week for me because I was, Gaston started the
Yeah, that's
Cure
right.
Bowl for
Cure Bowl.
USF. So I was down there Wednesday in Orlando, then went over to Tampa and Cage's NC State Wolfpack. Won a big game. So I was over there for that, and then came back and have been watching, all these other bowl games and the NFL games, and that's it. But yeah, that'll be kind of the extent of it is working on people's huddle films and going to watch Puna play Monday Night Football.
And you were on duty at the Seahawk Classic, of course. So
Yes.
Shane Brown's boys are looking good.
Yeah, they're playing really well. That team they played yesterday. I know Wes was
heard.
there. They were the longest team I've ever seen. They had probably
I second that.
6'10"
Sure.
or above.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But
the
I heard you got a
specifics.
new Venezuelan point guard that was cooking them.
He's pretty electric. Yeah, he.
I can't wait to see him.
Miguel,
he's very
he's soft.
electric. But they were shooting lights out like yesterday. Trey Lewis was hitting a bunch of big threes. Tajay, that kid was all over the place. They played really well against a very, very good team. That's almost like I guess they're like a club team. Their roster is constantly changing. But they had 4 6'10" 7-footers. They were the real deal.
Wow. Wow. All right, buddy. Well, best to you and yours. Let us know about your feats of strength, and we'll see you on the flip side.
I appreciate it, guys. Merry Christmas to you all, and please all be the masters of your own domain.
Man, I was just going to tell you, and do you ever be master of your domain? All right,
Christmas.
BJ. Be good, buddy.
Merry Christmas, man.
See you, man.
That's BJ Payne, Hilton Head High football coach and former WWE superstar with some terrific Seinfeld references. Misa, what's up, buddy? How you doing? You were very kind to kind of take the backstage as BJ jump back in there, but you were starting to cook yourself, talking about it from a 1A perspective. Do we need to go into it more, or can we move on to non-work related grievances?
I'm just here for the ride. You guys know I'm chaos, so
yeah.
Where y'all going, I'm in chaos.
You are
wild card,
100%.
No, let's get to some other grievances. I guess I'm not really aggrieved by this. I'm actually quite satisfied by it at this stage. But alpha bro internet people becoming boxers. It's a great week for that. I mean, just an awesome week for that. I really enjoyed seeing Jake Paul get his jaw broken in two places. And
2 places.
Andrew Tate getting just demolished by the worst professional fighter I've ever seen in my life.
Did
That
you
guy
see
has
his
no
mouth?
skill or technique. Oh,
Did you
Jake
see
Paul?
his
Yeah.
mouth? There's just places in
Yeah.
his teeth that are just in different spots.
Man, that was awesome.
Crazy.
I didn't even know what was happening. I just happened to go on Netflix and it was live, and I was like, I don't want to watch this after the Tyson
AJ
fight.
beat the ever living crap out of him, man.
And then I tuned in like at the 5th round. And I was like, oh, he's just stalling. He's just toying with him. He's just waiting.
Yeah.
And then saw the knockout. Yeah. So yeah, that's a maybe
I
that'll
tuned in right at the end of the 5th round and got to see him get knocked out. I felt like I was living right. I just got there just in time for the knockout. But this dude that Andrew Tate fought was like, me and Truman were watching videos of this today, and we're like, that guy like has no technique whatsoever.
YouTube boxing, my friend.
Oh boy, it was wild.
That is what it is. I mean, seriously.
I mean, they were just throwing like slap fight stuff. Like it was crazy. Yeah, like
it's just
Like
stupid.
watching a school fight.
they
Can't
hold their
fight.
hands at their waists. Like, what are we doing?
But
man?
do you remember that's exactly what YouTube boxing was when it first started getting
I don't
hot?
know what
It was
YouTube
guys-
boxing is. What is that?
Well, it was
It's
basically all these YouTubers that were just boxing each other. They
Oh,
just
just
decided-
like
Yeah.
just like homemade
for the
boxing
hell of it.
videos.
Yeah, they're all just like
Oh,
screw it,
God.
and let's just go do a boxing match, you know, and
Oh,
trying to beat each other out. But in reality, they looked like they were two chicks trying to slap each other to death, and that's pretty much it, you know.
when they
just
start
like,
going to the windmill, that's when I lose.
yeah, it's just
There's nothing there. That's why I've been. All these kids are like, "Oh no, I don't want to wrestle. I want to box." And I'm like, "Well, you need to learn to wrestle
No.
first, because if you stand up to box with somebody and you can't box with them, you need to know how to wrestle.
well.
You need to know how to get them on the
I mean,
ground."
we have seen, you know, enough MMA fighters try to go boxing, and it's a whole different game. You know, it's a whole different game. I mean, Francis Ngannou.
yeah.
Remember who he faced? He faced Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Was it a
Francis
2 years
Ngannou
ago?
is a bad man too.
Dude's a
But
bad man, and Joshua beat the crap out
well,
of him.
yeah,
He
because if you watch Ngannou, his striking's not traditional
not
boxer at
great.
all.
Yeah,
He
it's not
throws a lot
traditional
of
boxing.
wild. He's got a really long reach, and he throws these wild overhead things
Right.
that land, but like they leave you wide open to a real boxer
Yeah,
to just
butt
knock
whooping.
you
Yeah,
out.
I mean, it's just a whole different kind of game, man. It's just a
Yeah.
whole different kind of game.
I didn't
you
mean
know?
to turn this into the Loco Grind Combat Sports podcast, but it is wrestling season, so I'm kind of inundated.
Continue.
My algorithm is
Yeah.
feeding me a lot of MMA and wrestling and fighting stuff right now because we're building up that Canes wrestling program, Agent Chaos. What beefs do you have, Misa? What did you come to be aggrieved about?
Let's see. Skiza for being
Yeah,
Skiza.
always Skiza.
Fair.
Skiza also being
fair.
Skiza. I mean, you know, I
The
see
committee. The committee.
The only reason Skiza has different classifications for sports because they don't realize how many teams they have in the sport until playoffs the day before. And they're like, oh, we have 6 teams. You know, we need to play Hilton Head Christian, the 1 seed at some random school up in the upstate who's won 0 games in the last 6 years, and we'll justify it by saying Skiza. So, you know,
there was one year the Buford Academy and Palmetto Christian played for the Skiza 1A girls tennis championship, and that was the whole bracket was just them.
Oh my!
They were the only 2 teams.
What? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I ever end up in a Skiza school in any capacity? How that would go?
Lord.
That would not go well.
Please don't. And look, I'm a former Skiza student. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Please don't.
That would be phenomenal.
It's just no. It's just
I believe it was the Stricklander who said that'll be up to the committee. The committee from which has no members that anyone has ever met.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's
and a president and commissioner that no one gives a crap about either.
You don't see them.
I didn't
know.
Yeah,
you'll see them
they
at
don't
the
ever show up.
championships.
They don't ever show up to games ever.
Exactly.
They'll be at the
I've never seen
championships.
any of them
Yeah.
except for championship games.
Well, they show up to games in Orangeburg, I'm sure, and Sumter.
Yeah, but that's it. That's it. Seriously, they don't travel around. They don't know what's going on.
Anyway, all right. So yeah, we got beef with Skiza.
Always, but let me see.
We need more Skiza schools to get wrestling.
Shout out to the mediocre NFL teams nowadays because you know we want everyone to be parity. So now we don't have a dominant team, and
we do not.
This season has been subpar. Shout out to the 600,000 injuries we're having in sports, and people still aren't worried that there's something crazy going on with how many injuries we're having across all professional sports. You know, especially football. I mean, how do you have 3 Kansas City Chiefs players tear their ACLs, 2 or 3?
Yeah, right.
Crazy. I mean, and you know, but hey, everything's fine. You know, we're gonna add more games, and we're gonna make every team finish 9 and 8, and then we're gonna all go crazy because you know my Atlanta Falcons are gonna finish 8 and 9, and we almost there, and then we'll fall for the same trick because that's what keeps the eyes and brings the money. But yeah, NFL season has sucked this year. College football wasn't all that. First round of playoffs, we talked about that as well, and you know, just in general, just sports and professional sports in general. NBA's fun. You know, I like.
I can't care about it until the playoffs.
Oh no, it's fun. It's
Yeah,
fun.
I'm getting to the point with you, JJ, that I just
we need
I
more
can't.
players like Wemby who have real legitimate hatred for opponents. Like,
Oh, we do need that.
He hates
We
this
do.
Thunder. He hates Chet. Like, we need more players.
Oh,
Like
Wes, you're muted, buddy. I just saw you talking, but you're on mute.
Oh,
I
Wes,
didn't even
unmute.
realize that I was on mute. Yeah, I was just I echo a lot of those sentiments. What you were saying, Misa, and the fact that there just needs a little more juice in this era of the NBA. I feel like you look at what happened 20 years ago, just the star power, the excitement, the physicality. It's
30
the
years.
NBA is completely different now, and Wemby's a star that the league needs to
It's
continue to.
just a 3-point
Yeah,
contest at this
it's
point.
well, it's 3-and-D. It's the analytics era. I mean, it's
Yeah.
completely
Boring.
different than what it was when I was growing up with. It was
Now-
Shaq, it was Kobe, and then it was
It was
a lot
Jordan,
more.
it was Bird, it was Ewing, it was
Oh,
Pippen.
yeah,
it
then
was
I just
Gary
missed the
Payton.
Jordan era by a couple of years, but that was
Magic.
there's
Magic was in your era,
Yeah.
yeah.
Magic.
Big
Magic
Bird.
versus Bird is what I
He's-
came up on.
He's
Yeah.
one guy that, and I just kind of missed out on him, but he's one guy that if I would have had a chance to see him play, that would have been great, because I've been a fan of
Yeah.
his, certainly watching tape and whatnot of
Well,
Magic Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
I've been
Well,
I've
and
been
I
away a
grew up
bit.
in a
I gotta
family that
plan
pulled
to
for the Celtics.
head down to
so-
spend some time with some family that's here, so I'm going to go out and air some grievances. First of all, it has happened way too many times, or at least the last 2 or 3 times I've been flying. I don't know if it's just the way I've gotten my tickets, but they don't give any time for layovers anymore. It seems like I have to
No.
dart over to
No.
my next flight. every
It's a
time.
race.
And oh my, like I remember back in the day, a couple of years ago, even 10, 20 years, had like hour, 2-hour layovers, and you didn't have to scramble to whatever gate. And then it seems like every time it's like on the other end of the airport. So I have to
Yeah.
go all the way to the other.
Yeah, you got to get on
a
a train and
Yeah.
go to a different
the other side of town.
place.
So, like,
yeah,
when I came back from Salt Lake
I hate
City
air
a
travel.
few months ago, we landed. I forgot what, maybe it was Atlanta. I forgot where it was. Atlanta. So our plane in Salt Lake City was 40 minutes behind schedule, not because of weather, but because paperwork. Something
and then
between
all
Salt
the
Lake and
crazy
Atlanta, the
delays that
paperwork
there
was
like
not
there-
correct.
it's just
What?
And we're
Wow.
sitting in the plane waiting. So we have a 50-minute layover between
Yeah.
my
No.
Atlanta plane and my Savannah plane. And the,
Not
and
a chance.
the terminals are like 3 rows down from each other. We
Yeah.
land in Atlanta. Everyone knows we're running late. They've cut up time. The plane is sitting right there, and we're like, oh, they're gonna wait for us. They're gonna wait for us to get on the plane. I kid you not. They park the plane. They rush us out of the plane, and as soon as we're running over to catch it, the plane starts backing up. And we're like, you guys knew we're late. And nope, they had to wait 2 hours in Atlanta for the next flight to come to Savannah. Wes, that layover, I mean,
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
crazy.
Especially in Atlanta too, dude. I
Atlanta-
always if I'm flying a
Atlanta
yeah.
has that train that goes through the entire
Mhm.
airport, which
It
Dallas
still
has
doesn't
to go.
yeah,
That goes
it-
through
it's
towns to get to the other
yeah.
side of the airport.
Yeah. But I mean, like for me, like if I'm ever scheduling a flight, I'm making sure on that flight it shows that I have an hour or more, like at least an hour and a half layover.
Yeah, you
Because
need
I can't
Oh, yeah.
stand trying to go through Atlanta, even with the train,
Yeah.
and trying to catch a flight within less
Well,
than an hour window.
When's the last time your flight took off on time? I mean, it's
right.
Honestly,
pretty rare.
That is true, but
They're almost always delayed.
Still, I hate
very true.
trying to book a flight and then it's like one of those situations.
or
where,
just
you
find
have
a way to get a direct
45
flight
minutes
if
to get to your next
you're
flight.
able to.
that's the key.
that's the way to
I'm
go.
certainly
pay
getting
through the
very
teeth for
yeah.
very fortunate and just a little bit biased, certainly with where I go. A bunch of time is home to Ohio, and we've got a Legion, so
Oh, nice.
I could just head to the Savannah airport. Takes me right to Akron Canton.
Yeah.
We were even delayed a little bit because of weather and whatnot up in Akron Canton when we were heading back here. But yeah, those situations are a nightmare. I remember I had a connecting flight years ago from Akron Canton to Charlotte, and then Charlotte to Hilton Head. That's back when I flew out of Hilton Head when my dad worked there, and sure enough, flight from Akron Canton delayed because of weather. You know, they're getting the snow and the ice off the tarmac and off the plane and everything else. And I got to the gate, but it was like 5 minutes after they closed the door. And I was talking to the folks there. I'm like, "Is there any way you can open it up for me?" And of course, they said no. They said we can get you a hotel. And I thought about it for 30 seconds. I'm like, I'm good. I get my phone out and I call my uncle who lives like 10 minutes away from the Charlotte airport. I'm like, "Can you come get me? I'm stranded at the airport." So I ended up staying with him overnight and into the next day. And he said, "Boy, you Walsh boys, your brother and your father, you guys just can't travel through here anymore. It's nuts." So yeah, I know what that's like too. But again, with Allegiant going to Ohio, a little easier to just have those direct flights.
What else you got, Wes? Yeah, we all have beef
I
with
have
the
another one,
airlines.
which I'm
Down
sure
with the airlines.
Misa Garzon will appreciate. But we're heading to a big year, 2026. A lot going on, the Winter Olympics, but most notably the World Cup, which is taking place in the United States. And man, has it ever been
I
a
think I know where
challenge
this is
to secure
going.
tickets for the average
Oh,
fan.
geez.
FIFA has made it a neck and a half, leg and a half, whatever the expression is.
Arm and a leg?
Arm and a leg.
Arm and a leg is
yeah.
cheap for
A
FIFA.
neck and a half is about right, actually.
I'm,
A neck and a
okay,
half.
I'm assuming the
You're gonna have to do
lotteries
2
that
murders
they
for
had
hire.
were somehow it seemed like they were rigged to the point where people paid more money to get to get there. It felt like the whole process of the ticketing was rigged there. Then they have charged absurdly higher amounts of money with the dynamic pricing,
Yeah.
and have really made it so it really cuts off the affordability from the average American person, where you're trying to cater soccer to those people and not to just use that greed that FIFA has shown throughout these last couple of years. And it's tough to see, because you're really trying to grow this. This is an opportunity for the sport of soccer to take off and really grow in the States. And what FIFA is doing with the price of tickets skyrocketing the way it is, even for group stage games. I mean, the cheapest ticket around.
Well, I mean, all the
digits,
kids who
which
can
is
still
just
afford to play soccer in America will be able to afford to go.
So to add to Wes's point, the last World Cup, Wes and I could have traveled, gotten a hotel, picked the team that would France or Argentina. Let's pick a team, Wes, right? And Wes and I say we're going to go travel. We're going to spend a whole summer there, and we're going to follow that team all the way and pay for tickets for every game. The amount of money we would have spent in lodging and ticket prices to watch every group stage game for Argentina or France all the way to a World Cup final would still be less than what we have to pay for a group stage match between Uzbekistan and Haiti in Atlanta on a Tuesday afternoon at 3:30 p.m. in the highest of highest rows in Atlanta just to watch a game. And it's all because of greed. This is the first World Cup where FIFA has taken out the pricing, because every World Cup before now, it was always tiered pricing and it was always cheap, affordable for fans and all that to do it. This is the first one. They said, America, let's be greedy. Let's go out. Yeah. I went and tried to get tickets during the World Cup draw because I'm half Colombian. So I'm like, Colombia's in it. Let me see if I can go. Regardless, I want to watch a game in Atlanta or wherever nearby, Charlotte, Orlando, wherever. Yeah. And I go and try and get a ticket. And ticket prices were $600 plus for a group stage game that still had not known what the team was going to be, because they're still in the Intercontinental playoffs.
Yeah, it's 600 for just a blind group stage.
Here's a blind group stage game in Atlanta.
That is insane.
You guys will like you guys will like this. Although I mean, it's not really cheap seats. It's a suite. So I think Justin knows that I was at an Atlanta United soccer game. I sat in the suite at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. My uncle and his company had a suite for the game. So we sat in the suite. We were talking. I was like, obviously, I said to my uncle, I was like, I know the World Cup's going to be here. What is it like to rent out a suite for a group stage World Cup game. And he was like, well, for this game, it was, I think, $5,000 to rent out the suite for this game, which isn't terrible at all. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not terrible at all.
For suite, sure. Yeah.
Y'all want to take a guess at how much it is for one group
50,000.
stage game?
Yeah, I was going to say at least 50K, probably 100.
No, $200,000.
Wow,
for a group stage
200K.
game.
What in?
That's outrageous.
That's
To
crazy.
watch Nicaragua
nuts.
and Guam.
Yeah.
This is a sport you need to cater as many people as possible if you're trying to. I mean, this is the NFL. Like, yeah, I mean, obviously there are some NFL games that you can get in for like $15 if you're going to a Cleveland Browns game. I mean, as the state where they are, it was in Carolina for a bit when the Panthers are really bad. You could, and even so,
I'd imagine the Raiders are about giving tickets
Yeah.
away at this point in Vegas.
Yeah,
they got it.
Me.
Yeah, I mean, the
that
NFL is a
chaos?
sport that has. I mean, it's got
I'm waving the
as
Marcus
much
Wade.
staying
Man,
power
he's
as
waving at
possible.
you. Wave back.
Oh, he's waving at Sam.
He's not waving back.
He's waving
Oh, there
at
we
the
go. Okay, I can
There
stop
we
waving
go. All
now.
right, finally.
My
Leave
point
him
is that
hanging, man.
if
What's going on?
they
That's why
want to
Web
do a
Talk,
good
he
job
was-
of growing, or at least attempting to grow the sport of soccer in the United States, I mean, this is as big of an opportunity as you get. The World Cup is the biggest sporting event in the world, the biggest tournament in the world, and you want to give the opportunity to grow the support of fans. How can you do that if you are charging an outrageous amount for getting tickets to a group stage game? It makes no sense.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just to afford a game, because I do want to go to a World Cup game this summer. I'm gonna have to take like 6 coaching jobs in the spring just to
Or
pay.
All
for
these
it.
stadiums are going to be.
So-
Oh, really?
So if
Assistant
you guys
softball
see
coach?
me coaching, assistant softball, boys tennis. If you guys want to see me third base baseball coach, whatever that's called, I'm going to be the track and field timekeeping coach. I'm going to be the whatever, just to be able to afford to go to the World Cup. And what's crazy is like when Copa America was here a few years ago, my family and I went to Charlotte to watch the third place game, and we sat right behind the goal, pretty good seats. And we were able to, it was not bad pricing, like $40 a seat or something, right? Really good pricing. We enjoyed it. It was a great experience. And so I'm thinking, hey, World Cup in Atlanta, I can catch a game. Hopefully I can catch my team. But if not, I still want to catch any game is fine just to be there. Because every year they do the tier pricing. And so when they got a bunch of pushback from the other countries, because, America's not going to back down. So all the other federations, the fans were like, this is crazy. This is greed. So they said, okay, we're going to create a $60 ticket lottery system, right? You get a certain amount of tickets. So I signed up for the lottery system for the World Cup tickets to U.S. Soccer when they first released it years ago. I get an email after they announced it saying, hey, we're going to do the $6 ticket lottery, but to increase your chances, become a VIP member of U.S. Soccer. So pay more to have a better chance. And if you're a Visa Platinum card, Master, whatever holder, then you get
the
a higher
game was
chance.
already rigged.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, it's already screwed. So there's no point in me even trying. So at this point, I'm just gonna, find a part-time job just to afford me to go to one game to Atlanta.
I got a better idea. Just start a GoFundMe page.
Oh, I thought your uncle's gonna get a
Start a
suite.
GoFundMe page. Just be like, please, all I want to do is just go to one World Cup game. If you could
And then
spare
play
$5.
play the background music in the eyes of an angel they used to play for the dogs back in the day. Back
I mean,
in
but
the,
how are you going to do that when we got
Yeah.
people out here trying to fund their cancer surgeries?
Priorities. No, I think if we get Max's uncle to invest and make it a Lowco suite, it's a win-win for everybody and a win for the world.
Yeah,
and
I
then we
think
could
so.
like
Good luck with that. He said there was
Sure,
no
he's got
way in hell.
200K.
I asked him, is his company gonna be is the company he works for gonna be renting out a suite for the World Cup? And he's like, absolutely not, because that's
Here's my
ridiculous
question.
pricing. Even
Are they
with
going to
a
be able to
suite.
sell all those tickets? Are people buying these tickets?
I doubt it.
Empty stadiums, right?
I doubt it. And here's the other thing. We have people that are going to be coming from all over the world for this, and they're going to have to pay this
They
amount.
might not be able to get in.
Yeah. Well,
No,
I
that's the
don't
other
know
thing.
that they're going to, because they'll be afraid they can't get back out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they might get back out, but they might get sent out. Like,
I think what's going to happen is
situation,
what we know is going to happen. All these people are going to buy tickets and resell them, and then nobody's going to buy them. Because here's the thing: where you get the most money is from all these folks from other countries that come and travel to support their team.
Right.
Unlike us in America, these other countries will stand tall and say, nope, we're not buying them. We will go to Atlanta and we will have a party outside the stadium or find somewhere else to watch it. And we will spend all
cook
the money
a pig
there.
in the parking lot.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how much a game's going to cost to watch the United States play at SoFi Stadium in LA? Can you imagine?
It's probably like $3,000.
If it's that expensive for, say, Nicaragua and Guam,
It's gonna be interesting
can you imagine?
to see if
I do like the group
that
the U.S. drew: Paraguay, Australia, and then whoever wins the playoff.
I mean, at this point, just say, you know, shit, might as well just sit at home and watch it, because there's no point in me going if I'm gonna have to pay that much money.
I mean, it's free. You're getting nosebleed seats too.
I mean, I'll be paying.
I think, but I know
$10.
there's really no substitute going to, like, it's one of those bucket list experiences.
Yes,
right,
exactly.
of course.
Yeah.
But I'd rather pay $30. I'd rather pay $30 a month for Hulu just to watch
it twice in your lifetime.
Yeah, it's a bucket list. You know, like when you do a high speed chase and when you get arrested at Maximum Prison, you know, bucket list things you want to do and experience. You can see it on TV, but it's better if you experience it in person. You know, right, Marcus?
Well, I mean, and here's I'll give you an example. So, the New Zealand All Blacks rugby team was in Chicago back in November, taking on Ireland, which me and my dad were trying to get tickets for, but the amount that they were asking for just to get seats in the nosebleeds, mind you, in the nosebleeds of Soldier Field, they were asking for $300 a person. I was like, no, I'm good. I'd rather watch it at home and wait until the next time they come to the States. But the problem is, for the World Cup, who knows the next time they're going to be able to host a soccer World Cup in this country.
Look, right.
You know,
did you guys see like an article last week where it said it's cheaper to fly to Japan and go to Disney in Japan than just to go to one of Orlando?
That doesn't surprise me one bit with what's going on over there. That's crazy. Me. Did not see it, but wow.
Late stage capitalism is wild, bro.
It cost me less.
The better Rayleigh. The better Rayleigh's here.
The better half.
Yeah, the better Rayleigh. It would cost me less to fly and see my family in New Zealand than it would be to go and watch a World Cup game.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was seeing something else.
Because you know why? Tickets right now for a flight to New Zealand are cheaper than ever. It's like $1,200 for tickets out to New Zealand.
Oh, I know what it was. It was people are flying overseas to see concerts.
Oh,
yeah.
I believe it.
With the
like
Taylor
half
Swift
the price.
Half
like
the price.
A lot, not just her, but like other people too. They'll fly over to like London and see.
Yeah, because other
you
countries
could fly to the Dominican Republic to watch Bad Bunny do a performance, and
that would be wicked.
So
I mean, I did go to Puerto Rico to see Hamilton with Lin-Manuel, so I'm
really
that's cool. Whole idea, yeah,
that's cool.
My wife and I, it was amazing.
But seriously, I mean, that's
what about Bad Bunny? You like Bad Bunny, Agent Chaos?
Yeah, I can't wait to the Super Bowl halftime when
Bad
everybody's trying to read subtitles and you can't because he raps too fast. Just jam out.
I know. I've been trying to learn.
I'm excited. I think he's going to do awesome. And, that's what an awesome experience. Really cool.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
I love Bad Bunny. He's always really funny on SNL.
Yeah,
like really.
He's going to do a great job.
He did great in WWE too.
He did.
He's done some great work in WWE. I love watching him when he hops in.
He surprised me back when I used to watch WWE a few years ago. I stopped watching WWE.
Actually,
I kind of got off it too.
I was bored tonight, so I have Peacock, so I can watch all the old, WrestleManias and
I pick up AEW every now and then.
I like AEW.
AEW is good, yeah.
But I'm more of the unscripted wrestling type myself. Wes, did you have any other beefs? I know you have family to tend to.
I mean, I have other small ones, I guess.
I mean, while we're on the subject of FIFA, that Peace Award.
I have another grievance.
Yes, I
we're not touching that. Moving on. No.
I have a grievance with FIFA.
No,
it's a little country, but
it's not that. It's not
Hold
that.
on. What's up, Wes?
No, go ahead, Max.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was gonna say I have another grievance. So, I get there's all the sponsorship deals and stuff like that regards FIFA and whatnot. But when it comes to the stadiums, they are not going to call the stadiums what they are. So as like for Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz
they're not
Stadium
going to
will be
recognize the
actual name of the
sponsorship?
stadiums. They'll just say, "Oh, welcome to Atlanta Stadium." I'm like, really? For what?
Well,
I mean, I get the
Because
point,
Mercedes is a
because
sponsor.
they didn't get paid for that sponsorship deal.
I still hate it though. Call it
guess
something
that-
other than call it
I
something
can't
other
believe
than.
though that Mercedes didn't include in their sponsorship that any events held in that venue would be.
I think they do though.
Yeah, but it's
Surely
not
they
even just.
do. How's FIFA
Justin,
getting around
it's not
that?
just that stadium. It's all the
Every
stadiums
stadium.
that they
Right,
have.
I
for
know,
this
I understand
event.
it. If they're gonna do it one way, they got to do it across the board.
But I have
I'm saying,
But Max, there is a ring to welcome to the car lot at Atlanta. It does have a ring to it for your group stage match between Nicaragua and Guam with 300 people here because nobody can afford to watch this game live in person.
Well, what if they call it after
there's
the
a
name
party
of?
going on in the park across the street.
I have a better idea just to make it a little more fun. I know they would never do this, but why not make it like named after maybe the mascots of the teams that are there? So let's say you go to Cowboy Stadium in Dallas or Fort Worth.
Because then what are you going to call Atlanta? You got United and you got the Falcons.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can't call it United
Stadium.
I mean, you'd have to call
if you're
it
playing
Falcons
soccer
Stadium.
there. If you're playing soccer there, it's United Stadium.
Well, yeah.
Don't be a footballist.
A-Town Down Stadium or something stupid.
No. See, no. See, now you sound like a Skeezer student. Just do it
so
for no reason.
So they're just going to be like, "Welcome to the stadium in Atlanta for this FIFA game."
Yeah,
that's corny.
Yeah, that's and then on the side on the 50-yard line, it'll say Atlanta on that little billboard thing they do, like they do on the FIFA games. No, I mean it's fun. It'll be fun. I'm still gonna watch though. That's corrupt.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm
sure.
I'm not gonna watch it.
FIFA is the most corrupt organization in the world behind.
It's been a long time since they've had a World Cup in the summer because the last time was
yes, you're right.
in the winter
right.
in 22. So it's been since 2018 where we've had a proper World Cup in the summer.
I can't wait till a June 23rd 1 p.m. kickoff in Miami.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing. It's good.
Bet on the melanin. Bet on the melanin in that one.
There could be a lot of hydration breaks in this World Cup, especially if the games in Miami.
So that means Wes, remember the last World Cup we had like 17-minute stoppage times?
Yes.
That's coming back, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
No doubt.
It has to.
Mesa, you want to take a road trip to one of the sites and just find the parties outside the arenas?
Dude,
absolutely.
I'm all for that.
Do a
Road
documentary.
Trip, I'm down.
That'd be amazing.
I just need my coaches to not have me working all summer.
That or we go to a bar in Atlanta and just watch soccer from a FIFA bar in Atlanta or something.
Yeah, no, there is a bar right down the road from Mercedes. I'm sorry, from the car lot in Atlanta, brought to you by FIFA. There's a bar down the road, so we'll be able to go there. It's a nice bar too.
Right,
yeah, dude, I'm down with that.
So with that, I'm gonna say happy Festivus and let you guys continue to air your grievances and maybe save some feats of strength. But I'm gonna check out for them. It might be back if you guys are still going on later into the night. I might.
I think we'll wind it down pretty soon. But great to hear from you, Wes.
Yeah. We'll be done by 2. Just come back at 1. We'll be here.
Don't forget to team up and pin your father to end the holiday. All right, you got to pin him. Wes dipped out on us.
Merry Christmas. Yep.
Merry Christmas, Wes.
Happy Festivus. You got any other beefs, Misa? Marcus, you got some beefs you want to share?
I actually do have a couple. One in particular. Especially around the holidays, we like to get together with family and celebrate and all of that. I was again just in Ohio for a few days, and when I go stay with my aunt, we go all out. Grocery store runs, grabbing this, that, and the other. And we ended up going, actually, my aunt and I both went on a late night run the day that we got there on December the 11th to get some groceries in Canton, Ohio. And
late night
run. Find the plug. Go find the plug.
We found out that, and I've seen this a little bit here with certain groceries too, that if you're into checking like Best Buy dates or use by or sell by dates on whatever it is you're buying, that sometimes you can't find one. And instead, you find a freaking barcode that you've got to like put in your phone to find out about the expiration or Best Buy on certain food. Misa knows what I'm talking about. Max knows what I'm talking about. I think
No.
it's
Oh, yeah.
it's ridiculous. So
Yeah, it's stupid.
we end up getting this ice cream and we're about ready to dish it out, and all of a sudden we're looking everywhere for the expiration or the Best Buy date on this thing, and we can't find it. We're looking at the top of the carton, we're looking at the bottom of the carton, we're looking at the side, we're looking at the fine print.
QR code.
And
No, a barcode.
No,
and
the
it was
barcode.
it wasn't even a QR code. It was a barcode that was on the bottom of the carton,
Had to type
and
all the
we're
numbers
like,
in.
what the hell?
So
It turns out
I just
it turns out that this ice cream was on the shelf for who the freaking heck knows how long, and it was set to expire in February of 2025. I'm sorry, it's the middle
Oh.
of freaking December, and
Yeah.
you've got ice cream on this shelf? Are you freaking kidding me? Unbelievable.
Misa has
This
a
man
question.
wants his
or a
ice cream.
response.
with a capital D, baby. What do you
No
got?
kidding. Are you serious?
Marcus, so
Yo.
you said it was late night, so I'm guessing it's after like 8 p.m. your time.
It was
And
about 9:30.
it wasn't off by much. So my question
Right.
is, you're craving this ice cream. Your taste buds are already committed to the ice cream that we're going to eat this. Everything inside you that made you go so late at night at 9:30 p.m. at night. That's not really late, but hey, I don't judge. That you said we're getting this ice cream, and me and my aunt are going to eat this ice cream. Did you eat the ice cream before
Hell
finding out
no.
it was a year old? Why not?
No.
Okay, look.
Why
back
not?
in the day, before they had expiration dates on the groceries, you would find out like a true American and just eat it. And if you
Or just
died,
whip.
it wasn't
Just
good.
take a
But if
big
you
ol-
didn't die,
well-
you survived. It was good.
Well, Misa, you either ate it or you just did a big old whiff. Just ooh.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
It's so
we
sweet.
decided.
I need
Actually, what my aunt was gonna do, because we decided not to eat it, was she, closed it back up. She was gonna take it back and really have an airing of grievances with the grocery store.
Well, I mean,
like,
I would.
What the hell is this? Give me my money.
Yeah. So like I found this out recently because my wife made me do a grocery run at B&T, the grocery store here in Richland. I forgot where, streaming all worldwide. And she was like, check the expiration date on whatever I was getting. And I'm looking for it and I can't find it. I'm like, look, there's no expiration date. And so I'm like, what's going on? And somebody told me, oh, you got to scan the barcode. Now go on the website and then put the barcode in and it'll tell you when. And
That's
I was
outrageous.
like, this is
on the package.
Next thing that you guys, this is a start.
That's exactly how it happened.
I mean, but like the thing,
guy stuck on the shelf is not going to scan everyone.
I got to look for this. The next thing that's going to happen is they're going to make us scan our own groceries and pay for it ourselves. Like this is absurd.
We're already doing that. Well, now we got you got to check them all at the pig.
Blaine, the pig in Richland. The only time I shop there is when I absolutely have to go because we've learned the hard way that 95.6% of the items in the pig are either expired, about to be expired, or came from another era in the 1700s that you just happen to find the back and put it out.
Were they found in 1492? In 1492,
Probably.
3 ships sailed out to sea.
Blaine, am I lying, Blaine? Watch, Blaine's gonna say I am 100% correct on this. The pig
Merry
is
Christmas,
horrible
Jeff
with that.
Riley.
Merry Christmas, Jeff Riley.
Yeah.
From the best sweat mopper. Yeah, baby.
You got that right.
You want to hear my grievances?
You could have definitely been used a little bit.
Wait. She has grievances. Let her hear her grievances.
Oh, yes, absolutely. My fiance
before.
Why isn't there any more yarn, Sam?
Marcus, why are you acting like it's the 1500s and have her in the back of your camera? Okay, women in the front. Give her the spotlight.
Let women lead,
Okay?
Marcus.
Yes, Marcus. Let her get the spotlight, Marcus.
Power.
I thought you were better than this, Marcus.
Power.
You want to
Power
take
matters.
What do you got,
No,
Sam?
it's fine.
What you got, honey?
Okay, so whenever I'm at my basketball games, why is what is it called?
The horn.
Why is it so loud?
I do. That's a
It's
good
driving me
question,
nuts.
actually. That's a
And
really
there's
good
no
question.
volume control. Now that you mention
So,
it.
actually, it's funny you should mention that. So at Burton Wells in Beaufort, where I work, our thing is so loud, and there's no way to turn it down whatsoever, and it literally blasts your ear every time. So every time it comes, that buzzer comes, I have to close my ears off because it's loud as hell, and I can't deal with it after it gets to a certain amount of level in terms of volume that I'm just
I
like,
think
no,
it's the loudness and the length combined, and the
Yes.
length is
That takes
unnecessary.
forever.
The loudness is necessary because when you hear it in the field last week, it was loud. So like you needed a loud horn to be able to hear it. But
Right.
does it need to go on for so long?
Yeah, it's like
the only explanation I would have is, I mean, all the NBA and college games, they have those loud buzzers, and that's just because it gets loud in those places. But for high school basketball, despite, possibly May River and Bluffton going at it when it's really loud in there, and if it's a really loud basketball game, but apart from that, there's no use for it in a basketball gym where it's not really that loud in there.
Yeah, but they don't make them for our gyms. They make them for the loudest gyms.
Right. That's my point.
The ones where people care.
they can't use something like
actually
less
Well,
screechy.
just be grateful, Sam, that we don't have a shot clock, because then you'd be hearing
Not yet. We will next year.
Next year? Is it coming next year?
Hopefully,
Actually,
I'm so tired of this slow down garbage.
Yeah. So going back to the groceries thing, I actually have not a grievance, but kind of a miracle.
Hold on. Whoa, Max. The lady is not finished yet.
Yeah,
Whoa,
I think
between
she
you
may
and
have more
Marcus.
grievances.
I mean,
she was still
between
talking.
you
I'm
and
sorry.
Marcus,
I think-
goodness gracious.
I
Sorry,
think it's a lot more, but I don't think we have time.
Yeah, we got all the time in the world.
We're
Fire
to 2
away,
a.m.
baby. Fire
We're
away.
to 2 a.m. We're doing Lowco After Dark at
Fire.
11:30.
We
It
want
was
to hear it.
predominantly that I thought with the
Shoot the
horns.
cannon.
Don't tell her what to be mad about.
Yeah, Marcus, come on now. She has her own mind.
No, she was asking me.
Come on, man.
What else you got,
slow
Sam? What makes you mad? I got one. Maybe this will help you. These children on these e-bikes.
Oh,
We got to
my
do
God.
something about these
I
children on these
I
e-bikes.
saw about what happened on the island. Was it?
The children who are riding wheelies and cutting people off and just driving like idiots on these things that go up to 50 miles an hour, and they're not wearing
Because
helmets.
they have no driver's license. They don't know how to drive.
That hasn't happened to me yet because that's scary. I haven't had to witness that yet. But
Yeah.
These psychos.
yeah.
Feel your way to childhood obesity.
No, they're not. They're doing exercise.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Hold on. This comes from the guy who made a
I'm
late night
thinking of
run
a
to get ice cream.
segue.
Oh.
I'm thinking of a segue.
Those anymore.
Misa, you've never gone
No,
for a
they've
late
moved
night
on.
run
Those
for
are too
ice
hard to
cream,
balance.
dude?
No, I've gone for a late night
Well,
run.
you're
for
a
stuff with ice
psycho.
cream. No.
You're not a late night grocery store guy?
That's the best time to go. Nobody else is in the freaking store.
I work at a
Yeah,
grocery
you see a
store.
weirdo or two. It's good
I work at
time.
a grocery store and I try to get out of there as fast as I can,
Yeah,
even though I'm stuck there
See,
for hours.
and that's why I shop right before they close.
Well, you
'cause then
got to
I
have
don't
all
to worry
kinds of
about
Why
it.
did you have
grievances working at the grocery store.
Huh?
You got to have all kind of grievances working at the grocery store.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh, I can only imagine.
Um,
Like the person
You
who
be writing
complains.
checks?
Like,
If
have you
you-
ever had a person come in to get ice cream and complains because they can't find the expiration date?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Happened to you?
Has to be a grievance. That's
No, I've had
annoying.
other things happen.
Has that
Me
ever
and Sam,
happened to you?
Sam and I can
people still
both
write
go on
checks?
these grievances because we have both worked. I have worked for Publix. She's currently working
Yeah.
for a grocery store. We could both go on these grievances all
It's
night
like,
long.
Max,
what's the
you
maddest?
can't name the grocery stores. You got to give it a nickname. We're in the people rules right now.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Schmublix. Schmublix.
Florida-based
There you go.
grocery
Oh, the
store.
pub. The pub.
The Palmetto, the Palm Tree store. I don't know.
Pleasure grocery.
Pleasure Grocery. Yes, there we go.
We're We're shopping.
That
as a
sounds
pleasure.
kind of weird and more.
Yeah,
Pleasure Grocery sounds like Lowco After Dark.
Yeah. Pleasure Grocery free. Happy ending with $100 purchase.
Free? Oh wow, okay, that's not a bad deal.
I'll take it.
Sam, what makes you mad at the grocery store? People, what does society do that you need them to correct at once?
If people could know that when you look on the website that we don't have it most of the time, and they're like, you have it on your website, and I'm like, okay, but that doesn't mean we have it. Just because we have it on the website doesn't mean we have it. Can you look in the back? No, because I can't. There is no back. There is. I'm just gonna say it's out of order.
Yeah. Did you go check in the back? Oh no, the backs. We don't have the back anymore. It's gone.
No,
I got one.
After the Pleasure Grocery, they had to get rid of the back because it was too problematic.
Yep, exactly.
It's nothing but toilet paper back there.
Actually, I got one. I got one because I worked at customer service desk when I was working at the Pleasure Groceries. Oh, it sounds more and more ridiculous every time you say it. But I do have a complaint. Why do people have to call you on the customer service phone for the most random things that have nothing to do with the store? Like, I've had people call me and ask me what day it is.
What?
Really?
What?
Yeah. You're there to pleasure
I've
them.
never heard that.
That's wild.
You're there to pleasure them.
I'm sorry, Misa. That comment
You're the
was
pleasure
wild.
specialist.
That comment was wild, man.
You are the pleasure specialist. You're there to pleasure their needs and requests.
This is getting really, really, really out of hand here. We cannot just pleasure is
We're
not
gonna
a word I want to use
pleasure
right now.
chicken too, because it's a pleasure. It's their pleasure.
No, that's
pleasure chicken.
That's the Lord's Kitchen, Chick-fil-A.
That's
what
the
we call
Lord's
it, the Lord's
Chicken.
Kitchen.
I
Right, it's
love
the Lord's chicken.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm more of a
Lord's
Zaxby's, Popeyes guy myself.
You know the place we went over the summer for when we were on vacation that I tried for the first time was Raising Cane's.
Yeah,
better than Zaxby's.
I agree.
It is. It is.
Mostly for the
100.
sauce.
I agree.
The breading's
agree
great.
with
The
that.
chicken's the
Did you see Blaine's comment?
Yeah. No wonder we have so many pleasure stores near Sun City. You have a number of pleasure stores near Sun City.
That's the comment of the night, brought to you by Pleasure Stores Incorporated.
The Upside Down Pineapple Club. Everybody knows about that. First kept secret in Sun City. But what were we talking about? I have no idea. We're talking about grocery stores and such.
Cane sauces from Pleasure City grocery stores.
Raising Cane sauce is very good.
And we're off the air. YouTube has canceled us right then and there. Good night, everyone.
I have one more grievances.
Oh yeah.
He has one more grievances, singular plural.
One more grievances. Go ahead.
When should I say about the smiling thing?
Sure.
When men ask women to smile.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a bad one.
We should all know better than that by now.
Yeah, mostly the guys.
It's older men, right?
Yes.
Why don't you smile? You look
you look prettier when you smile.
I can't do that. It's
I
just
hate
stupid.
That's so gross.
That makes me not want to smile. Because
I would not do that at all, and I never have.
It would make me not want to smile even more.
Yeah,
like
it just Adams on that one.
I'll be like, I'm sorry, this is just my face.
Yeah.
I
think we could all just say like men at this stage is a grievance. Like, we're not covering ourselves in glory out there right now. It's pretty embarrassing to go on the Facebooks and see what men are acting like. But that's neither here nor there. We gotta train this generation of boys to be better. What about microwaves that don't have that button that you can push to go plus 30 seconds?
Oh, that's the worst.
You don't want to tell me
you have to push time cook and the amount of time and then start. That's horrible. You either need
Misa, yours doesn't. I don't think
you
Misa's
either need
does.
the express cook, or you can push 1 for 1 minute, 2 for 2 minutes, 3 for 3 minutes, and so on, or you need to be able to go 30, 30, 30, 30 for 2 minutes.
I have never had a microwave that didn't tell me how to the 30
Please
seconds.
tell me. Hold on. Sorry.
you gotta have the
Please
30
tell me.
seconds.
Please tell me your microwave has a plus 30-second.
Yeah, I
button.
just found it. I didn't know it had it till now.
Oh, that's all
Oh
I
my
use.
god.
I don't even
Dude, your
push
world
the
has just
actual
changed
times. I just use the
forever.
plus
Just
30.
know that.
Yeah.
You want to tell them
My
about
wife
the
accidentally put 2150 instead of
Welcome to a
250
whole new
earlier.
world,
I woke up and
Misa.
was like, hey,
Welcome
honey,
to a
Yeah,
whole new world.
I
how long are you
literally just
cooking those
found it.
ramen noodles?
So I've got a grievance, and thank you, honey.
You're
I've
welcome.
got a grievance with
The mic-
how.
Also, asking her to smile, Marcus, what you just did.
What's that?
That's like asking her to smile, what you just did. Same level, just so you know.
But by thanking her for
That's different.
addressing something that is a grievance of mine.
Not
So Sam has this thing where she heats things up, like if she's using the microwave to heat something up, she uses the timer on the oven and vice versa. And sometimes I have to use the opposite appliance, and I would use that timer, but she's using it. And it's kind of funny.
And then I'm thinking to myself, well, what if my stuff doesn't get cooked because you're using?
Okay, so I see. He's using he needs to use the microwave, but you're cooking something on the oven, but using the timer that is on the
microwave.
So if you got a good microwave, you should be able to cook something and that timer still retains itself, I think. But you better know how much time was on the clock just in case it doesn't work. So you can
there's
set
a,
that timer.
but there's a
That's
whole
the
timer
problem.
in the oven.
Do what?
There's a whole timer in the oven you can use for the oven.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I tell her all the time.
Hold on. Marcus, let me do the talking because that way I get fussed at and get in trouble. You won't.
Yeah, the phone is always an option.
I know where you live.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Agent Chaos.
Yeah, no,
so I can bring chaos.
The microwave.
I'll be home fine. She'll say, "Oh my
microwaving,
gosh, that Misa was
first and
horrible
foremost.
tonight. How dare he disrespect me like that?" Because there's a timer on the oven for the oven to use on the oven.
You can
Unless Marcus, she's trying to tell you she wants a new microwave and oven for Christmas. You still have time. Home Depot.
Just don't come to the place I work
Do
at.
not get her an oven for Christmas, please. That would be worse than telling her to smile. Do not.
I'm not.
Yeah, Jeff. No sports talk tonight. Well, I mean, we had a little
all
earlier.
good.
This is
We had a little bit earlier.
For all, we got to just air our
Little
grievances.
sports talk.
My cats have a grievance with them.
Uh-oh.
One of them pukes all the time, and the other one won't let me clip his nails and likes to try to scratch at me for attention.
Yeah, I got a grievance with my dogs. They like to eat everything, even the stuff that they don't not supposed to eat, and they just eat it anyway. And then I have to take them to the vet because they've eaten something, and then they start throwing up all this crap and whatnot.
So JJ, is your cat sick from throwing up?
No, she eats too much and then throws up. She's bulimic. Plus, she also overgrooms herself, and
My cat does that sometimes.
she
Yeah.
overgrooms herself constantly, and because she's a neurotic ball of
Anxious.
nerves, and she won't take the medicine that she has for such. So
Aw.
she's just in, she's chosen her own misery, and she throws up a lot, and I hate it. I have to clean up the puke.
Yeah.
Just put the puke on her next time. That's not
We don't
Oh, if you don't clean it up fast enough, she'll eat it again.
That's what dogs do.
So gross.
I mean, animals are animals at the end of the day.
Yeah, they are. They really are. They're a pain.
I mean, things could be worse. She could be
eating
eating
a new kitten this morning or earlier tonight. So
I mean, it could be worse. She could be eating a 10-month-old ice cream from the grocery store late night.
True.
That could be worse.
True.
You remember that SNL sketch where the family kept passing around the spoiled stuff and smelling it? Yeah. Ooh, this milk is disgusting. Smell it. Yeah. All right, Sam, you got any other grievances?
Not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Not today, maybe tomorrow. Fair. Marcus, did you have anything else to add?
I think I'm good.
All right, so the next hour and a half or so will just be Max. I'm sure he's got a bunch.
Oh, let's start with Skeezer refereeing. Let's go, Max.
What do you got, Max?
The Falcon season.
Huh?
The Falcon season. Oh, Skeezer. Anything Skeezer. Look, I'm just trying to trigger Max so you can go on a rant here.
We can go Falcons. I can go Falcons all night long.
No.
About them.
Sad.
What got you fired up though?
I got a good one. Why is it that in this state, I don't know why, but I know country roads can always be rough and whatnot, the back roads in this state. But why can't we find a better way to fill up potholes in this state and in this country? Because I swear, driving down 462 is the worst thing. And especially because I drive a tiny little Prius and those potholes are like absolute ditches for my car. Yeah. So every time I have to drive down 462 for whatever reason, it's a pain in the ass trying to go down those roads.
You want to hear my solution? I can crochet them.
Ooh, I like that one.
I was gonna have JJ
write your representatives. Write your representatives.
Put some hard drying cheese sauce in it or something. I don't know.
No, just have JJ
I'll crochet them and then
Backle.
Yeah. What else you got, Max?
Backle.
God, I'm thinking about
closing the Hardee's, y'all. They're closing the Hardee's all over
South
Carolina. People are upset.
I don't think I've been to one.
The one in Hampton.
I don't think so.
Wait. Hold
on. Time out.
Hardee's was.
I used to go to the one in Buford when I used to coach at Buford.
That's where the old timers would go meet up in the mornings and have the coffee and the biscuits.
Wait, where? Which Hardee's?
All of them.
One in Hampton, and I think the one
in Buford closed down too, I think.
Yeah.
What?
Like a whole bunch of the same franchisee owned a bunch of.
I love Hardee's. That pisses me off. That's a big grievance there. Why do you got to close them down? I know you ain't doing a lot of business, but why do you got to close them down, man?
Because you're not doing.
Well, I hope some kind of little mom and pop, diner type spot can come in those little towns and succeed with Hardee's out of there. Walterboro as well. Went out. Bummer.
Oh, Walterboro closed too. Man, they all closing. It's funny that they're all closing when Hardee's isn't based in South Carolina, isn't it? Right?
Isn't the name something
I don't know about that.
I think so.
Got a bunch of them everywhere.
I'm thinking of
it's Denny's. Denny's headquarters are in South Carolina. That's right.
Really?
Okay.
Denny's still exists?
Yeah, it still exists somehow.
Just not in the shadow of
their headquarters. Well, I'm thinking that Hardee's used to be have a base, like a headquarters in South Carolina, because remember the Palmetto Bowl for football used to be called the Hardee's Bowl.
Oh.
And I'm just trying to think if maybe it started in South Carolina. I don't know.
They out of Franklin, Tennessee.
Okay. I have no idea then. I hate that though. I do like Hardee's.
When's the last time you went to Hardee's, Max?
Last time I went to Hardee's? 3 weeks ago, because I was out at I was in Port Royal doing some work for Beaufort County. So and I was hungry. I forgot to pack a lunch, so I was just like, "Oh, the Hardee's is right there," and it was right before they closed, I think, because they must have been closed for at least 2 weeks now. So they must have just closed because I was there not long ago.
Hardee's or Checkers?
Checkers.
Oh,
never had Checkers.
I've never had Checkers either. And I haven't had Hardee's in probably, because there were a few Hardee's in Ohio, but I probably haven't had Hardee's in probably about 20 to 25 years.
Truman and
That's a good question, Misa. I think I might say Checkers on this one. I like Checkers.
I guess I'm allowed to try Checkers now.
There's one in Savannah.
Yeah, it's very
you get 50% off if you get shot.
There's one.
Yep, exactly. No, he's not joking. He's
not
joking.
Right there in front of the Walmart.
What, at Checkers?
No,
I don't think so. I think the only one near us is in Savannah.
Savannah. The only one I know up near is Savannah.
Yeah.
There used to be one over there.
They have the Cajun fries are really good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
You know what? I have been to Checkers. I just saw them Cajun fries in my mind when you said that. I have been to Checkers one time. It was good. It wasn't like I wasn't jumping up and down or anything, but it was good. We do need a Whataburger. Hell yeah.
I got a
I
grievance.
used to go out of my way to hit Whataburger.
Yes.
I was disappointed by Whataburger. We went to Whataburger a couple of years ago in Alabama. Took my family for the first time, and I was like, "It's really good." It's disappointing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
They have. Have you ever seen the fast food place called Sliders?
I miss Jack in the Box too.
It's like a newer restaurant.
Isn't there one in Rock Hill? Or there used to be.
There's one in Clemson. I know there's one in Clemson.
At Mizzou, we used to drive like 80 miles to Warrenton, damn near to St. Louis, to get Jack in the Box sometimes, just for
There's
fun.
a Jack. Me and my dad went to the Jack in the Box in Clemson the last time we were up there. They got one up there, like just 5 minutes away from the campus.
And that was like our go-to in Big 12 road trips. Late night after the game, we'd drive through that Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box, yeah.
Get about 10 things for about $12. Go back to the hotel and divvy it up.
Oh, actually, Jeff has a good one.
We had a TGI Fridays over in Beaufort.
I want to go to Corral's back.
What?
Nah, I ain't been to Golden Corral and they just don't need to.
No.
We had a TGI Fridays in Beaufort. It went out of business.
Yeah, it used to be by Walmart, right?
Didn't TGI Fridays go all the way out of business? Like,
there's one in Georgia because
them.
I saw one somewhere in Georgia on our way back from Atlanta one time.
They got one in the Atlanta airport. I know that because we've hung out at that place a couple times whenever we're in Atlanta airport. They got a TGI Fridays in there. You know what I wish we had
all the time, and I haven't eaten Chili's in years.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Chili's or Applebee's.
Yeah.
Chili's. Chili's, 100%.
Chili's for me. My wife was always an Applebee's person, but
why can't we get a Chili's around here? I know local businesses are. It's all about local businesses around here, but I would kill to have a Chili's.
There's one out in Pooler, right?
I know, but I don't want to drive all the way out to Pooler for a Chili's, man.
It ain't as far as you think.
Pooler's
it's closer than you think. Pooler, it's closer than you think. Friendly.
Actually,
we just got Culver's. We just got Culver's in Beaufort. That's a big.
Dude, Culver's is so good. I love Culver's.
Huey Magoo's. I'm into Huey Magoo's.
I've never heard of that one.
Me neither.
Never heard of Huey Magoo's.
Yeah, Pooler.
That's another place I wish we had.
Chili's side by side. You can do the whole 90s thing.
Someone told me they wanted an In-N-Out burger around here, and I was like, no, I'm good.
I never had it.
Never had it.
It's
I like
all
Five
right.
Guys. It's expensive, but it's good. It's not fast, but you get to eat them peanuts while you wait and throw the shells on the floor. So that's pretty.
Yeah,
fun.
Five Guys is Yeah, but Five Guys has gotten really expensive. I can't remember the last time I've been to Five Guys.
It's always been expensive, Max.
Yeah.
No, but it's even more expensive now. Like it's even more expensive.
Well, and you wish you could be like, hey, I know I get a whole bag of fries when I get that size of order of fries. Could I actually get like just an order of fries for like a little bit less money?
Well, here's the other thing. I could literally order a burger patty, just the patty itself, and it'd probably be like $10.
$10.
Yeah, no, it's crazy expensive.
It's ridiculous.
It's
I haven't been to Five Guys in ages.
Fast, but it is a good burger. It's a quite good burger.
It's a good burger, but God, is it expensive?
Sure is.
You know where I would? I'm trying to think of. There's
everything's expensive. The rent is too damn high.
Dude, I'm telling you, that is. If there's a grievance, why does it have to be so expensive to rent an apartment here? Because I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. It's insane. What? Which Walmart? The one in Bluffton or the one in
Hardyville. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aberley Chase and Ashton, what's it called? Something Point, something Cove.
But I mean, like,
even it's like what, 2,000 for a 1-bedroom?
It's crazy.
It's nuts. Crazy. It's crazy. That's the one thing. Like, I could go to Greenville and have a 2-bedroom apartment for maybe $1,100 a month, and I'd be sold on that 100%. And that's why everybody's moving to Greenville. It's cheap to live out there. Yeah. Apart from grocery prices, because everything's expensive. Grocery.
We'll see what happens when all this housing in Hardyville opens up.
Well, and that's the thing. I've been looking at some of the apartments they got out in Hardyville, and they're kind of cheap compared to what we have in this area right now. But I can't wait to see how high it goes up once everything gets done and housing has been built and everything.
I mean, people aren't buying houses around here like they were.
Crazy.
Like there's a whole new complex down the road from me in Ridgeland, brand new.
Yeah, and nobody's touching it.
Nobody's buying. Like, there's a few houses sold, and they're just and they.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Once Hardyville's built, we all know what's going to be built up next. It'll be Ridgeland. Ridgeland will be the next thing that they build up.
The corridor is going to grow.
Especially because we all know that golf course. What's the golf course called?
Oh,
Congaree.
Congaree.
Up the
We
road.
know that they want.
Out of the way.
We know they are going to try to host some major events, but the problem they have is they don't have enough housing or hotels or anything like
their
that.
Their location is so out of the way that even in Ridgeland, it wouldn't be close enough. Like it's just too out of the way.
True.
Yeah.
It's pretty out there.
Yeah,
but
like they're not.
Still, I had to. That was a good. Thank God someone mentioned apartment rents and stuff like that because that is one of my biggest grievances.
The rent is too damn high.
100%.
What else?
By the way, obviously I said grocery prices were expensive. I saw today that there's a grocery store out in Texas. The entire register system went down. So what did the store do? They decided for Christmas, as a Christmas miracle per se, everybody got free groceries.
What?
Hey, nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
How?
In related news, the grocery store in Texas has gone out of business.
It was an HEB out in Burleson, I think it was Burleson, Texas.
Wild stuff.
But anyway,
congrats to those who got free groceries.
I'm trying to think. Is there any other grievances I have?
The internet needs to work better. I mean,
dude, I'm telling you, man. Oh, I have a grievance. Well, I don't know if I should call this one out, but ever since Hargrave turned into Sparklight,
oh boy,
my Wi-Fi has been absolute dog crap. It has sucked. So the other night when I was trying to hop onto the show and I was struggling, it was because my Wi-Fi decided it wanted to start cutting in and out and was restarting, restarting the router every like 5 minutes. So every time I tried to hop into the show the other night and ended up on my phone, I just ended up having to use my phone with my mobile data because that was the only way I was able to get onto the show because my computer decided to stop working. Yeah. Ever since Hargrave became Sparklight, or what, more so like Spark shit, that's what I call it.
Fighting words.
Can't relate. I have PRTC over here, and it's been phenomenal since we switched.
Oh, PRTC, good for you.
Phenomenal.
I might have to
go rural telephone company.
Yep, Palmetto Rural Telephone Company based out of Waterboro. Half the price of Hargrave.
I know. I wish I had that.
The old telephone company for the win. Those were the days. You got regular old cable and everything?
No, I just got internet cable. What is that?
Okay, well, I didn't know. That's what telephone companies used to offer.
That's what they do have a cable package on, Misa. Yeah. Cable.
Huh?
That's what WHHI is on. It's on cable.
No, I watch it online on WHHI.
Oh, fair enough.
There you go.
Roku.
We're also on Apple TV.
And Roku.
I watch via Roku.
When I'm watching
and more
night football at WHHI, I listen to play
live stream.
I'm watching it on my phone on WHHI TV live.
There you go.
We stream live on YouTube too, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I watch it on.
And when they're not streaming the game, I go to Buford Tone. We'll also hear Marcus play-by-play.
Yeah.
Or
Max's.
Or Max's. 8-10 hour shootout where only 2 games were close and every other game was blowout.
I have a grievance regarding basketball tournaments because we discussed this already within the past week. Is why can't we just bring back a big time tournament with like a bunch of local teams and a bunch of out of local non-local teams to come play a big either preseason tournament or Christmas tournament like they used to do with the Rhett Memorial Tournament every year, the Rhett Thomas Memorial Tournament, which was always fantastic and was played in multiple gyms across the Low Country.
But who's going to give up a Christmas tournament? Because you have the Drafts Classic that's been around for a while. You have the Holiday Classic at Hilton Head. Who's going to give it up?
And the Bobcat Classic.
And the Bobcat Classic.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is you're not everybody runs those as fundraisers for their program.
If that's the case, screw it. Do a preseason tournament.
That's what I want to.
Well, Branch has one.
Yeah, they do.
One in this area
needs to get bigger. But the Ville, we could maybe run one at the Ville. We got a JV tournament coming up. MLK.
Oh yeah, we do the MLK JV Invitational Bash.
We doing the dunk contest again?
Sure.
It was
Please
one
do. I had fun doing that last year. I had fun
Max
doing
was
that.
a judge last year.
I was a judge. I was a judge, and I was a PA announcer. And when Daniel hit that absolutely massive dunk, I was like, "That's it. We're all going home. Good night, everyone." And just it's like this is over.
Misa, you want to go disc golfing with me in Jasper Park one day? I went yesterday.
I've never done that before a day in my life.
When is the MLK tournament?
Who all's in the MLK
weekend?
Okay.
Yeah,
that's why it's called the MLK tournament.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought I'd ask. I didn't know when it was.
Clever nickname. Who else playing this year? All the Savannah schools again?
We're finalizing the team so far. We have May River, Hardyville, believe Bluffton, Hampton, Groves, Johnson.
Is May River bringing their 9th grade team too? Yeah, they bringing them both. Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. It was fun to watch last year.
It was great to watch, and I was on PA for all of it too. So,
is that you saying you'll be on this year too? Hold on,
let me get days. Here's the thing.
My AD hat on. Yeah, yes or no?
I don't know, and the reason is because hold on, because I'm coaching a basketball team.
Don't make the SRO come over and threaten to throw you out.
True.
Oh man, that was fun. I have a grievance.
Yeah, Misa had to tuck Rayleigh back into the building almost the other night.
Really?
Ref was about ready to send him.
I have a grievance. No, I can't say that grievance.
Oh.
NSFW.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're winding down. Any other major grievances, fellas, or any feats of strength to share with the world? I did 3 reps of bench press yesterday. My pecs hurt a little bit today.
Wow.
There you go. Nice.
Not 3 reps, 3 sets. Sorry, of 10.
I was about to say 3 reps does not.
Hey, we celebrate.
Yeah.
No, I did celebrating 3 reps of 3 reps of.
Hey, 3 reps is 3 reps, man. If you can get 3 reps in, that's awesome.
I got 30 reps in.
There you go.
95.
Was that the Pleasure grocery store?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was at the Ville at the weight room. Me and Leandro were swapping sets.
Probably the biggest feat of strength that I've done this year. Not that it's a huge feat of strength, but we took a Sunday. Gosh, probably been about 6 or 7 weeks ago ish, and we walked at Rose Hill. It was either a 4K or a 5K. I can't remember which. For the now all of a sudden I can't even remember the name of the thing, but it was for. Say it again, honey. Thank you. The Tunnel for Towers.
That's right.
At Rose Hill.
Oh, yeah.
At the equestrian side. And so it was Sam, myself, her dad, and her sister, and we all walked it. And it was great, worthy cause, and saw a bunch of folks that I know from, WHHI, Rose Hill neighborhood. My mom and dad live over there on the golf course. I know some folks that live on the equestrian side. Saw a few Choral Society people, and just friends from around the area. That was quite a good way to spend a Sunday to start the day, and it was a beautiful day too. From what I remember, 7 or so weeks ago, it was a little bit on the humid side, but it was a gorgeous day.
Awesome. That's a great feat of strength.
Yeah.
Lisa, have you done any feats of strength?
Yeah, I survived my first semester at Hardyville.
You did.
So, a lot of work, but a lot of good things. Also, feat of strength, my daughter had a good first semester in college.
Outstanding.
So that's good. She enjoyed it. So she loves her school.
She's at State?
Winston-Salem State.
Winston-Salem State, that's right.
Yeah, she's North Carolina, so she's home for the break. Let's see what else. Yeah, no, it's been a great year. So taking a move like I did, leaving a comfort zone like I had at May River to come take on a task and a job that I hadn't done before at Hardyville. So it's been fun. even with the challenges and the headaches that come with it. But I still enjoy what I'm doing. So it's good to see.
Season.
Yeah, it's good to see the players and the coaches and the students just being able to see them enjoy and see them grow and develop, with the teams and whatnot. So, it's I'm curious to see how I'm going to do in the spring, coaching and being AD. That should be fun and stressful, but it's been fun, and it's been a good year. So hats off to 2025. Looking forward to 2026 in the personal and professional. Hopefully I don't get tossed in the game for being an AD. It won't happen. But man, it's been awesome. So under the feet of strength, I always appreciate you guys. Lowco Sports, WHHI, Beaufort's own, Mad Max's Sunday afternoon brunch special on YouTube sometimes, or Instagram. But continue to support our local student athletes. And we've seen a lot of success this year in all sports in all areas. So it's been awesome to see. So, but we won't get the exposure without you guys. So keep it up. The people watching, trust me, we enjoy this as much as y'all do. But keep supporting, keep sharing. And the beautiful thing is a community. I said it before, we support one another. So it's awesome when I go watch Beaufort's own and Marcus is doing play-by-play, or Max is doing it as well, and then you go to WHHI and you see, the what I call the Lowco crew just out and about, because at the end of the day, we take pride in what we do and we enjoy showcasing these kids and what they do. So keep it up. And then last thing for me, if you need Pleasure Groceries, go see Mad Max at Pleasure Groceries Incorporated for the late night special. Guaranteed ice cream. It's not expired. He promises.
Go see Sam, but don't tell her to smile.
Yes.
That's all I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. Man, I thought of something I was going to say when you were rambling through yours, and then I lost. Oh, I had another feat of strength this year. I managed to survive my career development facilitator training program during a crazy fall semester when my kids were extremely busy. There were times it was a little touch and go this semester. I fell behind on a lot of stuff. I had to play a little catch up at the end, but trained journalist, deadlines are nothing to me. But we got her done. We survived, and we're gonna make it to 2026, and definitely better equipped to handle semester 2. Much like you, I kind of got thrust into a role that I wanted, but I didn't really know what I was doing until a couple weeks before school started. So it was kind of building the plane while I flew it. While I was flying it. We'll just ride around that one. Building it while I was flying it this semester, but I feel like I got my feet under me now and excited to help kids figure out what they're going to do with their lives after high school. Because it's a big bad world out there, babies. There's a lot of grievances, but take a day to air your grievances and then get over it, because it is what it is, and you can control what you can control, and you gotta let go of what you can't, and just make the best of what you got and keep pushing on one day at a time. So
speaking of taking care of your babies, be good to your babies. They do good for you.
Yes, right. Take care of your babies. It'll be good for you.
I have 2 feats of strength for y'all. First one was, it really started November of last year, but for me it was I think taking on a new start with a new job, working at Beaufort County, and trying to do the best I can in that job. And I think I enjoy doing that job. It's something that I really love, is working with youth athletics in our area, not just with Lowco Sports, but now with Beaufort County, and coaching basketball for the first time ever this year, and now coaching it again this upcoming January. And so that's the first feat of strength. The second one is I think this one hits hard for me. After Tim Alonso passed away, Justin had come to me and asked me if I could start writing articles, which I had never done before, and so I started started working on it, and I've had a couple articles now out on Island News, one that just came out this week about the tournaments, and I think writing articles has helped me improve my skills as not only a sports analyst, but also a broadcaster and now a journalist. So I think those are two feats of strength I think I was able to improve on and and really succeed at this year.
Amen. Amen. Wes, you're back just in time for the feats of strength.
All right. So this is some things that made you.
Yeah,
stronger.
We're celebrating our own personal feats of strength.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. It's certainly a year where I've been through a lot. Just I guess personal struggles, illnesses throughout the year. I had to take a couple of weeks off or something in the spring. Certainly, I stuff because I had to miss out on a bunch of baseball coverage last year, which I was upset about.
Yeah.
Thankfully, everything's good, but those are things that you grow from. I guess I'm not sure if anyone pointed this out. I'm sure it was possible, but I think everyone as a community grew, together and just reflecting on the tragedy that was Joe Mominier over the summer and how that football team Hilton High bonded together and went on that unbelievable run. I feel like that's a communal feat of strength for how those young men bonded together and performed to the level that Joe would expect and then some of that team. And that was I guess something that I was a part of because I was covering that team. I was around that team for a long while, and I'm sure BJ Payne would echo those same sentiments. Because that was it was a heartbreaking tragedy for the entire community, not just Hilton Head, but really the entire Low Country and state of South Carolina. One of the most renowned athletic directors and individuals, but I think a lot of people, just took a moment to realize how precious it was to be in this world on this planet and to make the differences that you need while you have the opportunities to. And so we, just what this school did and what those football players did this year. It wasn't me personally, but I felt like a communal feat of strength of just being strong together and, just trusting one another and performing the tasks that need to be done because he was, what he always said, do your job. And that's, something that you take into your personality because that's what he preached, and you learn from things like that throughout the here and just there are several experiences that you go through. Myself losing some of my own family members this past year, and they're tough situations, but you use them to reflect and do bigger and better things in your life. And I've gone through career reflections, both on my, here at Lowco Sports. How can I do a better job with what I'm doing here? How can I get, even more involved and, continue to improve my just coverage, Low Country, and just having the excitement of going to these events and having the opportunity to do what I do. It's just so blessed to be able to get the opportunities to not just be a voice here on this podcast on many of them now that we take part of, but also be working with USCB and not just being the voice of that women's soccer team, which I had a blast doing this year, but also being able to cover that basketball team, which was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
If I could piggyback, excuse me, on that for a second, Wes, and just talk about you. I mean, I saw you. Obviously, you were a bit under the weather on Saturday, but I saw you on Sunday. I saw you yesterday. I've worked, the last couple of summers. I've worked baseball tournaments with you. Certainly calling the World Series with you, and that just gives me a chance to say thank you to you for everything that you do. Certainly being JJ's right hand and being just such an inspiration to so many in the area. Certainly it's a guy that has been through it living in this area. Um, I've really appreciated, even though, I've been through the ropes, certainly coming from Ohio and doing what I've done, just what you've done, and certainly seeing the folks that do what they do, whether, coaches, fans, you are definitely beloved in this area, and it wouldn't be the same without you. So just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great.
Well, yeah. Amen to that.
You look back to Joe Momonier and being able to start doing some of the work for that when I was younger, and just that's you look to get to your just an opportunity when you have an excitement for going to those games after school and being a part of it, and that's it's always something that was a fun escape of sorts for other things in life, and it's still the same now. I mean, just there's things that happen outside of what we do, and whether it's the political culture or your own personal lives, and there are I'm not going to get
the new generation of us.
I'm not going to get too into the weeds of all that.
Of sports nerds is finding us. They're coming out of the woodwork. They all have their little cameras and they want to take pictures, and we're trying to guide them through the wilderness to the proper channels to do this the right way, so that they don't run afoul of their school and athletic officials. But yeah, if you relate to this whole thing, if you're like, man, I want to do what those guys do, there's no qualifications, there's no credentials, you just do it.
The best way to learn is by doing it. I mean, that's the whole thing when it goes into writing. Like, how many times you just get reps writing a recap after a game, and
amen. And I was just talking with Mary Beth Lyons the other night about Brooke Simons, and how Brooke said she never could have gone and done all the things that she did in Syracuse if she didn't start doing it in high school with us. She was already, polished and well-rounded when she got there, and that set her up to get those opportunities. And that's what this whole thing was really built for, honestly, was I wanted to I knew what my experience was going into J school in Mizzou from a small town with not a lot of access to opportunity, and I didn't want that to be the same for kids from here. I wanted them to be able to build a portfolio and hone their skills, and then go to college and be prepared to get jobs or assistantships or whatever, work for their athletic department. So we want those kids to work for their school, work for your AD, work for your yearbook, whatever, but then also work for us at the same time. Moonlight for us, be the boots on the ground at the school, building sources and relationships and understanding, helping them get the word out that they need to get out through our platform. It can work both ways. So that's what we're trying to build up here. Is like US, you were doing PA or whatever they needed you to do in high school, right? Those are the kids that we need to get. They need to come on here after the game and tell us what happened at the game, and we'll train them how to start doing other.
I mean, it's just this is just a great experience for these young men, these young women. If you had a passion, sports journalism, I mean, what a great opportunity to be able to represent your school and get on after a game and tell what happened and what were the big storylines, who were the standouts, and I mean, just that's
I always use this as the Low Country's like school newspaper sports section. Let's be that for all the schools. Jeff Riley, you are welcome, buddy. That's another one who's had a lot of feats of strength this year.
He's the man.
He got his job at the Ville. He's a great addition over there, and he's been on all of our airwaves at some time or another.
Feats of strength. He displays some feats of strength with the mopping at the basketball games.
No doubt.
He's a legend. Yep. All right, boys. Well, this has been fun, but we've gone past 2 hours. We've shared plenty of grievances and a lot of feats of strength as well, and we are renewed for another year of fighting grievances and overcoming with feats of strength. So thanks for humoring me again with the Festivus Spectacular. We'll do it again next year on December 23rd. Thanks for BJ Payne for coming by to share his insights and beef with the world. And thank you, fellas, for doing it with me. It was a good time. And we didn't even include sponsors in this because maybe they don't want to be attached to all of this. We don't know.
We have a new one. We just can't say it anymore. We already exceeded the times.
Yeah, we're all out of town. But,
yeah.
All right. Well, shout out to all of our sponsors. You know who you are, and we'll shout you out on the serious shows, I promise. But for tonight, that's going to do it. We'll see you on the other side of Christmas. A Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.